dead inside and have, enough joy to bring you here. I'm not dead inside. I'm very cold inside. We're in like an extreme cold warning here, and I can't like help but think of that in like a monster truck voice, like extreme cold. That's just because I'm living it. Anyways, hi, welcome. This is session 11 of Roll for Severity's second D&D campaign. We stream live every Sunday at 5 p.m. PST right here at twitch.tv/rollforseverity. I am Miss Wolfinger, the chilly DM for this campaign, and I am joined by the three lovely players that you see before you, Kit, Tom, and Giggle. There's a few things to quickly chat about before we get this session started. First thing, each month we donate a portion of all income generated by Roll for Severity to charity. This includes that from like subscriptions, bits, direct donations, and then sales from the Roll for Severity store. And the charity this month is, Youth Empowerment and Support Services. It's an Edmonton-based organization that provides low barrier shelters, temporary housing, and individual support for youth ages 15 to 24. You can check them out at their website at yess.org or on Twitter at yessorg. And then, having previously mentioned the store, Roll for Severity has one. It's up on tpublic.com/user/rollforseverity. And there's a link somewhere below the stream, I believe, that you can click for easy access. And our final point is that this is not like a pre-made 5th ed campaign. So the rules we have are varied. We'll use different player mechanics and make in-game adjustments. So the rules as you know them may not always be as written, because it's super homebrewed up in here. So without further ado, to my wonderful players who haven't played in a few weeks, what happened last time?
The same thing. Over.
The same thing over and over again.
And over.
Should we just replay that?
We got stuck in a time loop. And thank God we didn't have to listen to Heat of the Moment by Asia every time we woke up into the time loop.
God, I could have done it too. I have a phone.
God. Twitch, don't do that. Twitch will destroy the stream.
Yeah.
We'll be sent to the fucking Shadow Realm if we do that.
Oh God, there's a special place in hell for that.
But so a couple sessions ago, we broke into the mayor's mansion, slapped him around a little bit, found out his daughter had probably taken the statuette and GTFO'd. The next first day, we fought crabs again. We didn't start a riot that day. We tried to break into the lighthouse.
Yeah.
We basically brute forced our way into the lighthouse that had a secret passage we were supposed to find.
Courtesy of Marsh.
Courtesy of Marsh, with help from Naroke.
Now, we absolutely got some help from our lovely little researcher lady or guide as well.
Yes, and
she helped break down the door.
Make questionable choices, but you found the secret entrance in reverse of how you were supposed to find it.
Yes. We keep making the nerd complicit in crimes.
Yep.
Although technically the lighthouse wasn't a crime, it was going to be demolished anyway. We were just helping along.
So the fact that we partially demolished the door is fine then.
Yes. We were helping with deconstruction of the tower.
If it makes you feel better, it's not partially demolished anymore.
Yeah.
This is true. We're going to do it again. Even if we don't have to, we're going to do it again.
We can take the soggy way.
That's gonna make Naroke require to swim, and I don't know if you've realized the amount of weight in that chest.
Yeah, he's a large man with 0% body fat. He's going to sink right to the bottom.
Okay. We can take the front door.
We also then had found a moss creature thing that we're or at least I'm pretty 60% sure is the mayor's daughter.
50 to 60%.
Well, that's probably about how much is left of her inside of that moss thing too.
Yes, that's true.
But we beat it up, and then it exploded and sent spores everywhere and started killing us. So that's also a thing. But she has the statuette. So we need the statuette from them. I think we were thinking of talking to it this time.
Let's be clear. You defeated Mossman thing, and then you found the statuette, and you touched the cursed object that you knew was very cursed, and brought it back.
Naroke specifically touched the curse object.
Oh yeah, Naroke absolutely picked it up. It's like, well, we need to take this back to Indris, and then picked it up. Yeah, Naroke is not an intelligent being.
Yeah, I think we only had like one removed curse, and we had to use it on you, so you didn't like
die.
Moss disease.
Thank you, Marsh. Exactly. You could have ended this cycle, but she had to decursify you.
Yep.
Though to be fair, we were told that we needed to bring the statuette to her so she could remove the curse. So I brought the statuette to her so she could remove the curse.
I could have put it in a bag first.
I put it in my chest.
With your bare hands.
Yeah, semantics.
Those aren't bare hands. I'm a giant or Goliath.
These are Goliath hands.
Goliath hands, yeah.
Yeah, so, but that being said, we were also, I think we were contemplating, like, accosting the mansion. Now that we know where the statuette is, it's like, ransack the mansion to get the stuff from there, and then go and...
Not because we need anything there, just because there's a lot of valuable shit in that building.
It's a lot of valuable shit.
I also kind of want to start a riot again because that was just fun.
I think we kind of came up with this plan. The only part I remember is I think we're gonna do like lighthouse in the morning and then mansion in the afternoon or something. We're just gonna do it. The
mansion if we've got time to rob somebody.
They had a lot of shiny things.
They did. Also, I got to slap the mayor around, which is not something everyone gets to say.
No.
Much to the dismay and terror of his gay butler.
Do we know it's a gay butler? I mean, he's clearly in love with the man.
There's a whole lot of bromance going on there.
It's a very emotionally attached butler in some fashion.
Yeah.
At the very least.
I feel bad. I did this to myself. Like, you wanted a scoundrels campaign, you got a scoundrels campaign. Maybe we'll go and beat them up. Yep.
This is what you asked for. You said, "Hey, roll characters who are pieces of shit," and then we did. And then you were like, "Oh no!"
Such pieces of shit.
Now, that being said, I kind of get why, because like as Melody explained to us before, like this campaign is kind of based off a campaign that she had been in. And from what she's told me of that campaign, despite the fact that it was a scoundrels campaign, a lot of the other players were like, no, we're going to do good things. We're absolutely going to be super helpful to absolutely everyone we can, and we're going to be the best, like, neutral, good NPCs that can be. And then now you get us, and it's just like, no, we'll absolutely start a riot in the city again to break into the mansion, despite the fact that we know we don't have to.
Yeah, it's kind of right.
It was fun, and now we know we can.
Yeah, you just don't even need a blueprint anymore. You can cut out
we have extra time. Also, I need to make sure to harass. What was her name?
Endris?
No, not Endris.
Coral?
Coral. The gallows. Not Coral.
The gallows bang and the blacksmith.
Yeah, just to throw her off again, because that was fun.
Cadence is the love interest of Coral, the blacksmith. Right. Okay. Yeah, I think that about sums the amount of shit you guys got up to last time. And exactly where we ended was a familiar sort of scene that you probably could have just mouthed in time with everything. There's a knock on your door in the Highland Blush. Fellerock saying, "This is Fellerock. We're almost at Green Spy now. Ready yourselves and come on deck."
We better close this time loop sooner. I think I might kill him.
So between the ship traveling to the docks, it's foggy, the smell in the air is the same, everything's playing out the same. Was there anything different you wanted to do when you get there? Do you plan on skipping anything? Letting the villagers try and deal with the crab problem?
No,
how well equipped do the villagers look to deal with the crab problem?
With the first time you did it, they didn't seem to be pushing, like driving them back. It seemed like the crabs were pushing their way into town.
Okay, we should probably help with the crabs again.
Also, breakfast.
It was actually really not hard on our part to deal with those crabs.
No, apparently you were all the muscle they needed. And even Endress, when you see her join you on the deck, kind of like rolling her eyes like, oh my God, this again. She looks like she's shoring up for another fight, like kind of stretching her arms, like pumping herself up. So even if you outed, you imagine your companion there would be heading for the beaches first thing.
I still want to help with crabs because, crab meat breakfast for the town on account of the size of those crabs.
And by
That
help,
wins some points.
you just want to drag a crab to the tavern?
Yep.
Maybe a little bit.
Okay.
Also, it's not every time. It's not everyone that can just be like, oh yeah, I beaned a crab out in the water with a rock, blindly with a rock, 4 times in a row. Are we on the 4th loop of this? 4 times in a
I think
row.
we're on the 3rd loop.
Third loop. Yeah. Is that your angle? Is that the thing you want to do? Is try and like beam that same crab with a rock again?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Same time, like go through the combat same, beam that crab with that same rock, and then drag that crab into town. Because even if they don't remember, Naroke knows that he's hit that crab like 3 times.
Yeah. So the 2 people, when you hit the crab, like stop and just start clapping. Like wow. Like they didn't even see it in there. What is this guy? And you've done this enough. The crabs are easily felled, even quicker than the second time you did it. The guards are there. The captain of the guard, Plata, is there, and he's like, "Hey, that's a good job's there." And he's like high-fiving and slapping people on the back and addresses you the same. As far as different things go with this encounter, do you plan on telling the Highland Blush Captain Dry Eyes to get out of dodge for a bit, or are you
I
gonna
think
change
yes.
anything?
Just to see if when we close the time loop, we find a whole bunch of Highland Blushes trying to occupy the same space and vibrating.
I have to know now.
Yeah, we have to know how that plays out.
No, not like this. All right.
Can we crash the game?
All right, you will send the Highland Blush away then. I believe you had asked for a week or so. No, 2 weeks.
A little over 2 weeks is what we told
Yeah.
them to come before they to come back in like a little over 2 weeks.
Yeah, that seems right. Okay, so that's the same. You can easily drag that crab back to Tally's Inn and Tavern. Have yourself some breakfast. Endress will join you after the fight, and she's not saying much. She's just sort of like waiting for breakfast to be over before she imagines she's going to try and like beat down a lighthouse door with you.
Before we go to the lighthouse, absolutely stopping in and mucking with Cadence's head.
Okay. Yeah, she she has a scheduled appointment with the blacksmith, so that's easy enough to do. Do you want to just like stand there and like give her like the eyebrows, or what are you doing?
It's probably going to be like do it kind of as I did last time. We're just go in, harass the blacksmith about do they have a battering ram or a ram of some sort that could be used to break down a door, and to which she did not last time, unless she's suddenly materialized one this time.
She does not have a battering ram.
And then on the way out, like stopping at Cadence, is like, I really hope you have a good time today, and then just walk off.
Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, that one stops her, and she just kind of sits down on the steps and just like head in her hands, thinking for a bit before she goes inside. Can't help but think there's like, there's an odd deja vu of like, I keep feeling this cringiness and I don't know where it's coming from. Like, this is terribly familiar.
A cringe that echoes through time and space.
Yeah. It's like secondhand cringe that you're experiencing over and over again. All right. Do you plan on getting another battering ram then?
Oh, heck yeah.
All right.
We know where the secret passage is.
We know where the secret passage is, but once again, Naroke swims like a rock. And also, having a ram, regardless, is still good.
You could just say you want the ram. It's fine.
Yeah, you can just say that you want a ram.
Well, I do, but I also have a use for the ram. Plus, I'm pretty sure that our lovely guide could use a little extra and just oomph. She enjoyed smashing down the door the first time.
It's true. She kind of did. Yeah, the exact same as before it plays out. You're able to get your battering ram. Marsh and Dominic, while I assume you're not following Naroke because he didn't last time.
Yeah, last time we went to the Taylor boys' house, but I don't think we need to go there again.
That's right.
No, we didn't. I don't think we found anything of interest there.
No, it was
Yeah.
pretty much abandoned. Almost looked like it had been like not ransacked per se, but like people had gone through. There was no signs of anyone living there recently.
Did you find any gaudy clothes while you were in there last time?
No, but I think I'm going to wait till the last loop so I can guarantee that I can keep them.
Fair.
Also, I want to go to that other blacksmith and buy out Darwin's
beast
custom
shirt.
armor from
Yep.
under him again.
Right.
The beast
yeah,
armor.
the beast chainmail. Absolutely. Yeah, hands down. So basically, anything that you want to repeat from any of the timelines, consider it done. And if you want to change anything about that, just let me know. Otherwise, you're gonna get your way.
Yeah. So let's go to the tower, and we may as well all just go together on account of we know that you don't need to check out the tailors.
Mhm.
Get the statuette. Although we wanted to try and talk to the things that is altering the timeline this loop around, and then we'll go and ransack the mayor's place tonight.
Yep.
Sounds like you're sleeping in town. All right. Full bellies, full of crab and probably butter, because what better way is there to eat crab but with gratuitous amounts of butter? And you all make your way to the lighthouse this time. It's not Dominic and Marsh looking over going, what the hell are they doing? And just seeing like two people ramming into this thing like crazy. Naroke, I imagine you're getting Endress and you're going to start beating the wood and then the brick behind it. Marsh, do you plan on taking a different way, or are you just going to wait for them?
There's not much reason for me to get a head start, so I'm just gonna hang back for the period of this.
Great.
Yeah, I think we're just going to hang out and watch.
Okay. For the hell of it, Naroke, just give me 2 strength rolls, just to see how this kind of
Okay.
satisfactory.
Grab the character sheet. 1 moment. And
Actually,
just straight
we'll make
strength.
Endress do. Yeah. Ooh.
Naroke's having an off morning.
All right. Wow. So I feel like the battering ram is probably like on the ground. I imagine. Would you keep your chest on for this one, or would you take it off for the sake of?
Chest would have been taken off.
Yeah. So while you're taking your chest off, you had set the battering ram down as well. And you're like, all right, here we go. And Endress already has the battering ram up. Like she, through some like feat of magical strength, was just I don't know, the crab imbued her with some crab like powers.
Fusion.
And she gets the first ding on the door even without you, and wood splinters like crazy. You do notice that it takes the two of you a little bit longer, but eventually the wood succumbs and the brick succumbs, and there is a dark, creepy lighthouse. And for the funsies, even though it's familiar, we'll draw ourselves back to that map. Put you guys around. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Oh, I don't know if you were moving me.
All good. Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, to an old lighthouse. Looks like it's been lived here before, recently-ish. Go figure. There's papers littered about, and a suspicious green moss on the ground. What could that possibly be?
I don't know, but I don't think we should touch it.
Let's go poke the thing, and let's not start attacking right away. Let's see what it does.
Actually, I want you guys to roll me. All 3 of you roll me an intelligence check.
Oh, I'm good at these. The 6.
That's 10.
Hey. 16.
All right. So Marsh, having been, fairly well versed in things of more of a naturic sort of word, sort of persuasion, you get the sense that this thing that you kind of want to talk to probably doesn't speak common. Plants tend to not really have a language. So you're already, like, as you're coming up the stairs thinking about it, you kind of realize there might be a bit of a problem
Interpretive dance.
for speaking to it. But you also seem to recall that in your possession, you had recently acquired something that let you speak to plants.
Wait. Whoa. I need to search my inventory list.
Don't worry, I'll just tell you then. So you remember
I think
that...
I think Naroke has the scrolls talk to plants.
I believe it was droppers. It was in Alferia's castle. There was a little, like, vial with a dropper that was supposedly said it would allow you to speak to plants. You just place, like, 2 drops on your tongue.
That's right.
So Marsh, you have this revelation.
Yeah, I just bring it up the stairs. It's like, I don't actually think I know how to talk to plants. Just kind of casually bring that up. I don't actually. Is it in your inventory, the item? I assume one of us, between the one of 2 of us, have it.
One of us picked up that thing.
Yeah,
Hang
one
on.
of us has it, so.
Yeah. I don't think I have it.
I think it's in the bag of holding currently.
Okay.
The bag of holding or the bag of holding?
The regular bag of holding, not the bag of holding.
So, can we all use it, or just one of us use it?
It's full. Like, it's not a very big vial, I'd say.
Oh,
like,
okay.
But it's full. So.
Okay, I feel like that item's gonna be real important, especially after today. So I'm just gonna really make sure that's on my list. I mean, I guess I would just kind of offer for someone else to do the talking first with the moss pile, as I have this push vial in my hands.
I don't know, Nick. The last time that you touched this thing, the first thing you did was stab it.
Yes, but it doesn't know that.
But the thing is, though, now hear me out on this. Now, maybe this is a leap in thought, but we touch the statuette, and we're out of the loop. If that thing has a statuette, is it also out of the loop and remembers that you stabbed it?
That is a good question.
We're about to find out. Have fun.
That said, I do have a +8 on pretending not to be the person who stabbed it.
No,
that was her. Just like, what? It was very convincing. Sorry.
Yeah,
who's taking it?
I give I believe I just hand the vial to Dominic.
Okay, and there is more than enough for all of you if you want it.
Assuming this thing has limited uses, I don't think there's too much I would be able to say. So I'm just
about how many uses do you think it would have, Mel?
Oh man, let me think about this.
If it's
hang on. How 2 drops? How much can I get out of this?
Oh, it's that big?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
it's
when you were
like,
saying vial, it's a vial. I was thinking like
fair enough. Vials are usually skinny and long.
Little perfume vial.
We were thinking
thing?
like little eye drops type.
Okay, fair enough. No, it's
a lot.
Bigger than that.
Okay,
and we've got an eyedropper. I think we're okay.
Oh yeah, we're fine.
Just give it to everyone. Yeah, then. So we don't have to play translator, which is fun.
Yeah. Just ease that along. So I imagine you'll probably take this just like as you're kind of ascending the stairs and stuff before you get in there.
How long does it last?
I don't think it says. There was no instructions.
So if we suddenly just start hearing Russell, we'll have to take another go.
The moment we stop being able to understand the plant, that's when we need to take another dose.
Actually, now that I think about it, if this thing lets us talk to plants, and Raptor is mostly plant, does that mean we can talk to Raptor?
I don't... Raptor can understand common, he just doesn't speak himself. I don't think he can speak plant.
I didn't think about this. It's honestly going to be... I'm thinking no,
Okay.
Yeah.
From
Just
what I
'cause-
read, from what I've read about the construct, I'm also leaning towards no either.
Yeah.
I feel like even if he had the ability, he wouldn't have much to say. Technically, then wouldn't plants not normally have much to say? Oh, never mind.
It's true. Yeah, it's going to be a no on the raptor. That's a special sort of bond between those two for what little they can communicate.
Hey.
Yeah, that's absolutely fair.
Are you letting Endress in on this, or is she just gonna? Because I think she's prepped for a fight.
Yeah, I think we're letting Endress in on the plan of, okay, we're going to try talking to the weed first.
Yeah, lest we poke it and then like we're about to have a civil conversation and she runs up and stabs it.
Yeah.
Or just suddenly casts
That
fireball.
would be deeply unfortunate.
Also hilarious, but also deeply unfortunate, yes.
All right. Okay. Well, she is hesitant to take any drops. Then she's not going to, just because I think she's being like a kind of a wary scholar and unsure about what this is. She will just like watch over you guys to see if you get sick.
Take a couple of doses from this unlabeled bottle we found in a zombie castle. It's fine.
If it goes horrible, we'll just reset the time again.
Oh my god.
Actually, no, that being said, that brings about another thing that I'm curious about. If someone dies and then we reloop, are they back alive, or are they undead, or are they still dead?
So you get up the stairs.
Yeah, that's about right.
And yeah, the moss pile is still there. It's not really moving. Very discernible though. How do you want to approach this?
Before the moss pile only moved when one of us went to go poke it, right?
We got
Correct.
close to it, yeah.
I think we start by getting close to it and see how it reacts.
Yeah,
Trying to exude being non-threatening, considering it's us three.
Yeah, Naroke's already on his way over to like kind of like walk up, like kind of squat down and just like, you wake, poke, and just like gently pokes the moss.
You
I'm
poke
gonna
the
keep my
moss, eh?
distance.
All right. So Endress is gonna stay like kind of on the bed, closer to where she was before, since you guys said no fight. She looks to be like concerned about you guys and just like monitoring how you guys are feeling after taking this mystery kind of serum to her. And so the moss pile, as you poke it, you do know that a poke is sort of what triggered the combat before when Nick, I believe, used the blunt end of your cane.
Well,
Yeah, I
that
poked
was
it with the cane.
That was what got it to
Yes.
stand up, and then you promptly stabbed it.
Yeah, well,
perhaps.
I was startled.
And rightly so.
I think if you go to check out somebody's weed stash and then it proceeds to stand up, I feel entirely justified in being a bit startled.
yes, like this was
That's
really
fair.
good stuff. Holy crow!
Just casually walk up and just like, boop.
Yep.
You wake.
So, and even with speaking, so before where it stood up rather abruptly to its kind of tall height with this weird sort of not face. It moves now, but it doesn't quite stand. It almost looks like it's kind of like swaying to a kneeling position with its head kind of tucked down. And all of you guys here, sort of not quite in your head, but you understand it, even though these words seem sort of foreign to you. And it says like, you speak and nothing else. Like it sounds confused.
So do you.
Yeah, for the next, we don't know how long, we speak plant. Go figure.
So you're speaking to me and not her then?
She has no clue what we're
Oh.
saying, and honestly, I don't know what we sound like.
Who's her?
Endress, what-
Who's her? Endress or you? Or someone with you?
Her is the one inside of me.
Ah, okay. We're speaking to both of you.
Did you eat someone?
And it's gonna kind of look up at you, Naroke, and then sort of look away and say, was she a friend?
Could have been.
We don't actually know her explicitly. But she's someone we need to talk to.
Okay. So he'll say, that's sort of good then. This makes it a little less painful. I was very hungry, and I'd prefer that this girl had not been quite special to you, but I suppose she did leave notes if you need, but you can't speak to her.
Is that because
Is she gone? Is she not coming back?
She's not coming back.
Is she not be coming back because she can't or because you don't want her to?
I don't think she can. I think it's not possible.
Now, as far as not possible, I have had a hell of a day 3 times now. So
It doesn't say anything to that. It's just going to stand up a little bit taller, kind of like stretching on its knees. And you're going to see sort of like a familiar talisman kind of embedded in its chest.
since you ate her, I take it that you don't need her fancy little stick thing anymore.
This is a stick thing. I have no use for sticks.
Marvelous. Can you place it on the
Can we
floor
have it?
for me? Before, would
Yeah,
Naroke
what's up?
reach out, or would Naroke? Okay, Naroke is past the.
Remember not to
Naroke is past the intelligence of. Oh yeah, don't touch the thing.
Yeah, I feel like everyone would just like clobber you down before that chance happened.
I mean, we would try. I'm not
Yeah.
sure we'd succeed in tackling him to the floor.
That's true. He is rather big.
The entire party tackles Naroke. Naroke does not flinch. It'd be like the parent walking down the hall with the child latched onto their ankles.
It would be not effective.
Yeah, no, but really funny. So yeah, I shouldn't even say he'll. The creature, the moss man, as it were, being, will slowly kind of like pull the talisman free.
I'll get a bit closer.
Yeah, and we'll just set it down, and kind of go. She was sad and talked about destroying things, destroying this, even herself. I think I helped end her sadness. And the talisman is on the floor.
I'm just gonna mage hands that. I think it could be safe to assume I have like some sort of like bag or something I can put it in.
Well, you can even just put
Well,
it
Endress
on-
is right here. She can
Yeah.
just decurse
Oh.
it now.
Yeah, we can just do that now. Yeah, I kind of levitated over towards Entrance then.
Yeah, just sit on the bed or something like that.
Yeah, and like bright-eyed, bushy-tail, I'll just roll that wild surge. But she is happy, thankful even, to get to work on this and hopefully end this nightmare. That has been a time loop. And you see her hands kind of glow softly, and similar to what she was doing to the mayor when she was decursifying him. And after a moment, she picks up the talisman and she puts it in one of her satchels.
Now, out of curiosity, how long ago did you eat her?
Time has been funny lately. Perhaps a week? But it feels more in a way.
Now, out of curiosity, how much do you remember from yesterday?
Only sleeping.
Okay.
That's good. That's really good. For reasons I won't disclose.
We murdered you.
I'm just gonna go take that telescope. I want it.
He makes no move to stop you.
I figured he wouldn't.
Yeah. Just...
What does a plant need with a telescope?
Yeah, he doesn't have eyes. Muscles are still
as
inside of him.
As I'm taking the telescope, I'll be like, "Well, you've been very helpful to us. I figured we should mention that this lighthouse is getting demolished sometime soon, so you might want to leave."
You might not want to hang out here.
Thank you. That's helpful news, though sad. I left the forest to find peace. I guess I'll be going back. And then he kind of lays down and looks and says, "Is there anything else?"
Just, are we bothering you? Do you want us to leave? Because I kind of want to know what your relationship is. Like, how did you happen? How did you come across the girl?
And he'll sort of like pull himself back up and say, "I came from the forest. Don't know how. Some things just come to be. And I wanted to travel, and it takes me a long time, but eventually I came here and I rested, and then the girl woke me up, but I was so hungry."
Well, that's unfortunate for her, but also we got the thing, so it's not our problem anymore. I think it's safer to say you can go back to your nap now. Just try not to be here when they come to knock this place down.
Thank you. I will rest for now. You take care.
Actually,
Yes.
we're probably going to be heading to the forest probably pretty soon. Do you have any traveling tips?
Yes. If you see my kin, tell them you are friends of Umath.
Umath, gotcha.
Yeah,
Lowers
okay,
his head back down and stops moving.
Write that down.
Umath. Yeah. And it should be said, like, Endris is super stoked that you had pulled this, like, mage hand, the talisman towards her, but she has no idea what's going on. So she's confident that whatever you took worked.
Okay.
But she still wants to monitor, like, your well-being.
All right. Endris, I think we got everything squared away here.
So we're not fighting it. It's
no. This is Umath. Umath's actually pretty chill. So we're gonna let them continue their nap and go about our business.
Did it kill Wilma?
Absolutely.
Let's put it this way. Yes, but also there is a minimum of actual fault here. Therefore, I don't think it's justifiable to kill Umath in vengeance for killing Uma. Oh, Wilma.
Understood. Are we keeping this a secret?
Oh, yes.
I'm kind of hoping that Umath will just leave on his own and then no one needs to know.
Well, even if he doesn't, it's not like they can talk to him.
Yeah, true.
It just means that if he doesn't leave and they knock down the tower, there is going to be anyone who was working near the tower when it got knocked down is about to die. But that's fine. That's not our problem.
Okay. Well, Endris is happily leaving the lighthouse.
Okay.
Yeah, head out as well and pick up my chest from the ground floor on our way out.
Right.
I wanna be the last one out. I'm gonna try to fix some of the bricks so it's just not super easy to walk on in.
Yes, that would be a problem, wouldn't it?
We took out a door, so
I could put a couple bricks back.
You know what? Endris will help you with that. I think she's picking up what you're putting down and then putting back up, and wants to try and help stop kids from running amok in the lighthouse.
Yeah, it's this
Lighthouse with the giant carnivorous plant. Yeah, that would be awkward.
There's also a bunch of falling out stairs and it's dangerous. What if they fall? So it's just close that back up again.
Yeah, there's a big jump.
Nobody tell OSHA.
And that's definitely easy enough to do. Kind of piece together the ones that are supposed to be there, and it kind of fits, not too terribly. The wood is still splintered to hell. I don't think you could reboard it up without getting fresh wood.
Yeah, no.
There was crates in there that you could probably pull over to the door, though.
I'm not gonna spend a ton of time on it. I'm just kind of patching up some of the bricks, so if someone wanted to get in, they'd have to break it down again.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I like it. It's kind of like a lock. If anyone really wanted to get in, they could. But a lock is like a visual deterrent.
Yeah, basically.
Any lock can be picked. Okay, well,
if you can't pick
early
the lock,
morning.
just use the skeleton key.
I hate that key so much. It's early morning. well, maybe coming into mid-morning now that you like probably took your time eating and then speed ran the lighthouse. What do you want to do now?
So,
Well,
go ahead.
I guess we ask Endress what step 2 is here.
Well, don't worry. We still need to fix the mayor.
Are we gonna tell the mayor about his daughter this time?
No.
Okay.
Do we need to fix the mayor?
I mean,
Well,
it would
you
be
had
nice
things
to
inside
get
you
his
wanted,
good
didn't it?
graces.
I thought you wanted to get the shiny things that you got from the mayor's house.
Yeah, I mean, that involves going into the mayor's house.
But not necessarily fixing. I
Well-
see what you're saying.
Also, we got to come back here theoretically, so maybe we reserve the robbery for when we get back.
I don't
But if we
think
fix the mayor, then we're in his good graces.
This is true.
Yeah, the mayor's probably gonna, if we don't help him, is probably gonna pass on the way back. I
Also,
imagine.
not gonna lie, kind of want to start another riot.
Okay, but we could theoretically just go up to the front door, knock, knock. Hey, we can fix your mayor.
Oh, we could just be a doctor, basically. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't think we strictly need to start a riot for that, but it would be fun to do afterwards.
Plan B, at least.
Yeah, like I said,
Fix the
we
mayor
got to
and
come
then
back
start
here.
a
So
riot?
let's go out. So when let's we can fix the mayor. We get in his good graces, and then we go out. We do the thing at the temple or the castle. I forget where we're going. We do the
Castle.
thing out in the woods, and then we come back, and then the night before we're set to leave, then we can get up to some mischievous shit.
Except the problem with that is the reason why we got a riot so easily is because people already haven't heard from the mayor.
This is true.
So right now
Oh,
it's prime time to start a riot because people are already
This is most-
angry.
This is true.
So you want to start a riot and get in his good graces in the same night?
But that's
It
what we
worked
did the
last time.
first night.
I guess so. And like Andrews is just gonna like be looking to Dominic as like maybe the voice of reason in this party now.
I think if we have to choose between starting a riot and getting in the mayor's good graces, I think we pick the mayor's good graces.
But we did both.
Well, no, I wouldn't say we got in his good graces the last time. More like
He's
ruthlessly
not dying.
interrogated. That doesn't mean we're in his good graces. People, you would be surprised how many people are still pissed off at you after you saved their life.
We cured his
Huh.
curse.
That's a good point.
But do you think that what Scarja Schmuck is going to let us inside?
I mean, if we say we're here to help the mayor's ailment,
This is our friend, the person who can cast healing spells. She might be able to help your mayor.
Also, speaking of which, Endress, now that the
Yes?
curse is not active on the statuette, does Mayor suddenly get better? Should we have held off on removing the curse?
So my theory about that is that these statuettes, as far as I understand, they curse whatever comes into contact with it. So if we each had this cursed object and passed it around, we would each have our own curse. So I'm guessing the mayor touches it, he's cursed with something that's killing him, Wilma steals it, which was probably the curse of the time loop. Not exactly sure, which leads me to believe that that plant thing is probably cursed.
there's a lot
That's
of
fine.
curses.
I feel like he's dealing with enough right now.
So
yeah, hunger
I
is
don't
a terrible thing to have to deal with.
I don't think that removing the curse off this is fixing any curses that might have spread as a result of it being around town.
But wait then,
Right,
if
cool. So,
if daughter stealing talisman is what started time loop, then are we not still in a time loop?
Well, I guess we'll have to find out.
Yeah, I think we should at least we'll make the mayor happy, and I think we should. I don't know how much. I guess this day's been going rather quick, but maybe sleep on it and then see if we're on the boat or not the next day before we get too far.
Speed
There's still
run
a
breaking
chance
into
it
the mayor's
didn't get
house.
fixed.
I think we knock at the door of the mayor's house as plan 1, with breaking in as plan B if that doesn't work.
Sounds good.
Let's go.
All right. So, in similar fashion, there are some guards outside the door. There is not a full-on riot. There isn't even a garbage can that you could possibly light on fire right across the street yet. But there are like 3 or 4 people, similar as you saw the first day, kind of like mumbling and looking angry and talking about the mayor and where's the mayor and curses, and they haven't seen him for a while. So people are still kind of livid about what's going on, but there's no riot material yet. Yeah. And just a few guards kind of stationed in a line outside his place.
All right, so I'm going to approach the guards with Endris gently in tow.
Okay. Andrews is just going to kind of wave, try to be like non-threatening. Like, hi.
Hi there. We're representatives of the Heroes of the Shard. You may have heard that the heroes dealt with your crab problem this morning.
It was delicious.
Oh, that was you, eh? Heroes, you be saying? Well, that's a mighty fine lot in life. What can I do for you?
Well, it's more about what we can do for you. You see, we've heard through certain channels, let's say, that your mayor might not be entirely well, and we think we may have a solution for that.
I don't quite know what you mean, but what's the solution?
Well, my friend here is a rather accomplished healer, and she has any number of abilities that might be able to correct your little problem before it becomes a larger, more riot-inducing problem. And I look over at the grumbling people.
He's gonna like take like 7 steps away to like another guard, and like they're kind of whispering and looking at you guys, and he's like, I don't know how they knew, and they kind of
This can only help our reputation.
And eventually he comes back and is like, let me talk with my superior, and I'll see about getting you in, and he just like books it down the street. So
how many guards are at the door?
1, 2. There's 3 left. There was 4 kind of in a line, like by the door, also spread out. Not in like a menacing line, but you know, it's just there. And the friend that he was talking to was like, he won't be long. You know, just keeping an eye on you guys. And
so, how'd you like being a guard?
He does not engage in any small talk with you.
Darn.
And yeah, so true to his word. You see that same guard coming with a familiar face, the captain of the guard, Plata, and he's coming by, and he seems really happy to see you guys, and like, guys, what can I do for yous?
Let us in the house.
Well, like I was explaining to your subordinate here, it's more about what we can do for you. My friend here might be able to assist with the situation you're having with the health and safety of your mare.
You mean this wee one right here? I'm just gonna
yes.
Just wave up. And what makes you think you's qualified? He's kind of looking down on her, giving the beat down. She's
okay.
Like,
I'm stepping right in front of her. I'm not much taller than she is, but I'm going to do my best. That she's a very close associate of ours, and I do think that she deserves the respect that you would give to any one of us as members of the Heroes of the Shard.
Naroke will take a step forwards, towering over everyone.
Are you getting in on this, Marsh?
I wave.
All right. Naroke, please roll me intimidation checks.
That's a 7. I don't suppose we get advantage.
How does that work when 2 people are group intimidating?
Well,
I don't know. One of us gets advantage.
Yeah.
You choose one player to be the person that's being helped, and they get advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I feel like Naroke, you were probably helping out Dominic, right?
Yeah, it very much be like Naroke's not saying a whole lot. It's just like seeing that they kind of like Nick's trying to like essentially buff themselves up to trying to like kind of stand him down a little bit. It's like just step forwards, just
Also, I don't suppose my
Looming.
advantage for pretending to be someone else helps.
No, I'm going to say not in this regard.
Okay.
So you see, Plata, he kind of looks to you and he's sort of glary faced. And then the guard that ran off and got him kind of like pulls him down and like mumbles something. And you see Heroes and like seems to be arguing with him. And then Plata looks to be like a little embarrassed and just, yes, use right stories for my outburst there. We're very happy to have the heroes in our little town. I'll take yous in the back. And he starts to move to a spot on the manor that you're very familiar with for some reason.
We're going to pretend we don't.
Yes.
I pretend to trip over something.
Who put this room here? I've definitely never seen this before. I swear. Amazing. Okay, so Plata's gonna take you to the back door, and he's gonna pull like a little set of keys off from his key ring. So there's no thieves' tools this time. Click, click. And he's gonna look and be like, so just the little ones, eh? Coming ins?
we may as well all come in.
We come as a group.
Come as a group, eh? Whatever you's into. It seems like
In case I need their expertise.
he's just like all sussing you out, and all the chumminess before from helping out with the crabs is sort of fleeted on his face. And he sighs, but he's going to usher you all in.
Okay.
And it's familiar, kind of through the back boot room way, and you come around, and there's the big doors. There's 2 guards stationed on the inside. They look really familiar to you, even though they're not sleeping.
Yes, we're going to pretend we don't know them, and we've never seen them before in our lives.
Naroke
Definitely
wave.
did not magically put them to sleep and maybe cost them their jobs.
Naroke wave.
I think you guys had it so one like fell perfectly on the other one in a very awful position.
And then when they woke up,
Probably.
we did help barricade the doors, so
Oh, that's true. You helped them out. Yeah.
Yes. Gave them a bit of validation.
Yeah. Hey, that's right. You're like, good job, guys. You're the best. Gold star. And then they all look so proud of themselves.
Yeah, clipboard and a confident wave will get you into any building in the world.
Yeah, it's perfect. Or a wrench. I think I said that before. A
Yeah.
wrench got me into a concert once. So, he takes you up the stairs. No one's surprised. Down the long end of the hallway. And you hear familiar pacing in a room adjacent to the end room. And then suddenly footsteps come to the door, and the door swings open, and it's the butler Huckins, and he's looking like super angry, and then he sees Plata and is like, sir, and then he sees you and is like, what is this?
it's
And
okay.
he's all
Don't worry
happy.
about it. We're here to help the mayor.
Is that true? He says to Plata, and Plata's like, apparently they can help the mayors out. And Plata's going to go ahead and open the door, ushering Huckins in, and you are all into the mayor's room again. And I think Endress, without being prompted, is going to go sit on the bed and hold the mayor's hand. And you see that familiar glow.
I the cupboard that had the shinies in it.
All right.
Also, is Plata still here?
Yeah, no, Plata's with you guys.
Aw.
He's no surge. What was it, 2?
That'd been hilarious. We're here to help the mayor. Fireball on location.
Can we recurse the totem?
I don't know. Is recurse on that wild surge chart? I can't recall.
I haven't looked at it.
There are some curse-like things on that chart. Absolutely, like being turned into a potted plant.
Yeah, could you imagine? Anyways, so Endress is focusing on the mayor. Magic stays stable, thankfully. And Hawkins is going up to the other side of the bed and is holding his hand in a very familiar way and just like cooing over the mare. Doesn't even like argue with you this time because you're not busting your way in trying to make demands. Go on.
Would you say that Platt is distracted?
He's about to be.
Oh,
Naroke is going to turn to Platt and be like, so we've also heard word that the mayor's daughter is missing. Can you show me where her room is? There may be clues as to where she may have gone.
I tells you, you've been in towns less than a day and you already know more than my tops men's.
We work fast. It's what we do.
We're very
Maybe
good at our
there's-
jobs.
There might be something to you heroes after all. And he'll like motion you out.
He's been dealt with.
As he's passing in front of us, can I try and get his keys?
Oh, yeah, you absolutely can.
Okay.
What is that? Sleight of hand.
Yes. A 16.
A 16. Oh, God. So those keys, it's like grabbing air. And like, there's not even like a jingle of the keys rustling against each other. It's like, and you have them. They're just yours in between your fingers, all delicate like. And he's stomping off to the room.
I will pocket those for later.
You have presumably some important keys.
We have the keys to the city. We can now get into every house. Time to go play the
Scoundrels campaign. What were you? Are you surprised?
Yeah, I shouldn't be. All right.
I think I was also a little bit taken back on account of the fact that the first city we went through, we were actually very good. We are very well behaved. You know, aside from kind of interrupting the funeral.
Right. Well, yeah, you were super helpful, which was nice. And you didn't interrupt the funeral. The zombie child did.
No, I kind of got up and just went steamrolling through that funeral towards him. So there was definitely some interruption.
While Marsh calmed the crowd.
I tried.
An attempt was made.
Yep. So Marsh, Nick, both the two of you, do you plan on just trying to swipe things again?
I'm gonna leave the swiping to Nick. If it looks like the butler needs distracting, I'll try, but I imagine he's probably pretty distracted as is.
He is super distracted because right now the mayor is kind of slowly coming to in that tired way that you recognize. And Hawkins is just like, oh, William. It was all over that.
Okay. Yeah, there's something there.
I'll just basically give the help action to whatever if Dominic needs it for anything.
Yeah. We're going to Wilma's room, and the plant buddy mentioned that she had some notes.
Though the notes were probably back at the lighthouse because there's papers and all that kind of stuff that had been scattered around.
Because we searched the lighthouse last time and we didn't find anything useful.
There was papers. I just don't remember what was on them.
She had some kind of poetic, just being
poetry,
content with life and being very dark poetry and stuff. Yeah. So not notes per se, as in go to hole, turn left, press red, blue, green. Nothing intricate, but just rambles about maybe her upcoming demise and what she was thinking with life.
Yeah. So I guess, since we've already gotten as much information from this room as I think we did last time, I'll do a cursory search, but for the sake of looking good.
And no, so which room are you in trying to find things in?
Wilma's room.
I thought you were stealing things while I was keeping what's his dingles distracted.
Plata was leading us to Wilma's room, which is when I stole his keys.
He was taking me to Wilma's room because I asked for him to show me her room so that I could look for clues. While leaving you the opportunity, basically, I was playing the elaborate distraction while you were able to rob the mayor blind.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was one expensive item in that room. I don't remember what that item was, but I bet my character...
There's jewelry in
that
one of the drawers.
I could probably...
alcohol in the globe.
In that case, I could...
Yes.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go for the jewelry.
Okay. So yeah, there was booze and
I think I succeeded.
And there was fancy earrings in Wilma's room that you can get at some point since it's unlocked for you. In the mayor's room, though, there's not too much, nothing like gold bars or anything crazy. Yeah, but you can do
then. My main goal was getting Platis keys, honestly. So now that I have them, I'm happy.
You did that beautifully. Since the mayor is tiredly up, did anyone want to have a conversation?
I'll kind of whisper to Nick. It's like, should we discuss like compensation or something to take more advantage of this, or should we just leave it?
I think we give him a chance to reestablish some of his power, and then we come back and see about putting the screws to him.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. I nod, and then I can't think of anything else to. I can't think of anything myself to say to him.
Okay.
Right.
And Andress, the entire time on the bed, as she's like got him up and is like trying to keep Huckins off of him, you do hear her talking about working for the Heroes of the Shard. So your name is being dropped a lot.
Good.
Yeah. So she's happy to tell on your behalf who is responsible for his speedy recovery.
I'm totally gonna forget, like, sometime in the next session or two. She's not in on it. Very, like, I can see it happening. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Remember that guy we murdered? What?
Yeah, like honestly, we've done so much shady shit in front of her, and she's not reacted at all. I'm wondering where the line is.
It's true too. Cause, like, you got her to help us get the blueprints. She went full on, like, swinging my weight around, drop to throw her influence around, and then helped us break into the mayor's mansion. Did not respond when I doused the mayor in water and started slapping him awake.
But you justified why you needed to break in.
Yeah, we did.
So you definitely had.
So she is willing to perform all sorts of heinous crimes as long as we can provide justification. Got it.
I think so, because you're her heroes.
Yeah. I think we're corrupting her. I think that's what's happening.
Undoubtedly. It's going to break her poor little heart when she finds out we lied.
Like,
or she becomes the final boss of the campaign.
God, along with Brisket / Bicker.
Yeah. Oh, what if she knows all our weaknesses?
You'll undoubtedly know hers. The closer you guys get to each other. But, like, let's be honest. If Spider-Man was like, here, kid, hold this wrench. You're going to need to use it in a second. And then you guys go on, like, a spree around the city. Like, it's Spider-Man. He's your hero. You're going to help out, right? You're not going to say no to Spider-Man. Yeah. Or am I the only one that likes Spider-Man, maybe?
I think you're the only one who likes Spider-Man that much.
Yeah.
Oh, you would question Spider-Man's morals?
Yeah.
I'm saying that if an incredibly stacked guy with Queen's accent with a mask that covers his face says, "Here, hold this wrench," I'm going to at least think about it twice.
Okay, that's fair. Plata. So Naroke, while you're in Plata, Wilma's room with Plata, was there anything? Did you just want to like try and keep up the act about like clues?
I'm basically gonna be like rummaging around. Naroke asked him essentially along the lines like, "Do you have kids? And if so, where do you find they usually hide things?"
I've got a little boys myself, Plata Junior, and
where does Plata Junior like to hide things?
Of course, it's named Plata Junior. What else?
under his mattress.
Here, you lift this up and let me look around. Basically, just like I'm keeping him busy, keeping him interacting, so that he can't just like turn and walk back into the other room.
Okay. He seems like hesitant to be like rifling through the mayor's daughter's stuff, but he does warm up to the idea of like looking for clues. So yeah, he'll help you move things. There's nothing under the mattress. Kind of rifle around. And Nick, Marsh, you guys are gonna take off from the mayor's room.
Yeah, I think we're done here.
Yep.
Okay. So as you guys come out, Plata is going to sort of look up and be like, "How's the mayor?"
Up and talking a bit, so.
And he kind of just forgets himself and runs into the mayor's room, and you hear him like kind of excitedly talk to the mayor. And you guys are alone in the house.
Alone in
Well,
her room.
alone in the hallway, rather, I should say.
Are we done here?
Are you stealing the earrings from her room?
I think I am, yeah.
Yeah, they're yours.
No,
Hey.
God damn it.
There's no one around to stop you. You remember where they are.
I mean, I might as well. Do I still
And,
have those in my inventory from last time? No, I took them out. Okay, I'll put them back in.
Yeah, have them. But Naroke, you would have, like, even fake looking around, you would have seen a lot of her writings, her, like, being upset with her father, being in love with Samil, the tiefling Stitcher. So, same stuff as usual. It was all there.
Yeah.
And Endress she's looking not, like, super drained, but, like, there's a bit of, like, a flush to her face and stuff, having just performed 2 instances of Remove Curse. And she's going to be, so what now?
Well, now we're going to take a
Well,
nap.
do you think we should head out into the forest today, or do you think we should give it a night and then head out in the morning?
I suppose we can give it a night. I'm kind of itching to get going, but also, who knows with this town? Maybe we should stay.
Well,
All right, so I think we have rooms from when we time loop booked them earlier.
Yeah, they would definitely still be there. 3 weeks worth of rooms.
Also, Naroke probably was like, yeah, I'd also think that if we, it'd probably be best to spend the night in the town anyways, because we've done this loop enough, and I think that if we got partway into the forest, went to sleep for the night, and then Dominic woke up on the boat, there was going to be less people alive on that boat when we arrived in the dock.
Oh, the only survivor would be Anthony, the weird bard.
Yeah.
No, he
cool,
dies
Anthony.
first.
Oh, I like Anthony.
Anthony respawns as final boss.
I just imagine at that point, like, the boat just rolls, just, like, drifts into shore, just, like, crashes up against the docks, and it's just, like, Nick sitting there on the front of the boat, just drenched in everyone's blood, just, like...
The town is like, please go away. We're fighting crabs. We don't want you.
Crabs used to. Yeah.
All right, yeah, you're the day can go by however you want it. If you want to just chill in your rooms, if you want to harass people, you're more than welcome to, since that seems to be your thing. I'll say that you got your beast chainmail, so everything that you wanted to acquire from before that you've received, you have again.
Okay, I'll re-add the beast chainmail to my armor.
I'm gonna acquire those threads I took from the tailor, because, I don't know, seemed handy.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe it was unlocked, so
Yeah,
you wouldn't need...
It was unlocked, no one was there, it's not much issue.
So help yourself to anything in that place. Let me know if you want more.
I think the thread stuck out to me.
Okay. And Endress, with her time, she's going to go back to the Temple of Nuke-Ah, where, Nick, you saw her reluctantly talk to Brother Zorn when she had needed that kind of heal that she didn't have left in her before she died quickly. And so she's going to go there to just have a chat of some sort. So she's keeping herself occupied for the day. And if you guys just want to chill out till morning, super cool. If you want to get up to shenanigans like a riot or a dumpster fire, let me know.
I think we're reserving the dumpster fire for later.
Right. You're coming back and starting a riot for, like, I don't know, as a parting gift.
Party trick.
Just like tag the whole town, like heroes of the shard bitches, and just like sullying their good name on your way out.
Well,
I mean, that can only benefit us.
Well, and, like, that's another thing, too. Like, we keep making the heroes of the shard look good.
I mean, I was thinking.
Well, until they check their pockets afterwards, once we've left.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Was that
Goliath
Marsh?
healed the mayor and robbed him blind.
It's like, I think, like, there's gonna be generated conflict anyways if we're playing good. Because the impression I've been getting is the heroes of the shard are not as nice as we are. So then there'll definitely at least be some sort of conflict where it's like, they'll be jerks and they'll be like, wait a second, weren't you nice? And then there'll be like this real confusion. I don't know if anything useful can come from that, but
Is there anywhere in town I can fence these earrings?
Yeah, there's sort of like a super tiny kind of market stall for sure. And there's like a right by the booth that is sort of selling like herbs and spices and apothecary type things. There's just like a knick-knack stand that seems like the best bet.
All right, I know thieves' cant. Is there maybe a thieves' cant mark for a fence lives here nearby that booth?
Oh man, yeah, there sure is.
Okay, just checking. I don't necessarily want to spring something on a relatively honest antique dealer.
Yeah, no, that's fair. So
All right.
there's this one stall that seems to have like nothing but pillows. And that's where you recognize the thieves' cant mark. And there's just a really old lady with kind of like white like braided hair, just like tight braids all down her, and she's looking really bored with life.
Is she stealing pearls?
No, this is a different lady.
There's more than one old lady in this world. I don't know how I need to explain this to you.
And this one does not appear to be blind. She looks like she's like bored looking at the world. And just has a mass of pillows in her booth. Like decorative, some straw, some functional, more comfy looking than others.
I'm gonna stroll up and in thieves' cant, so in some otherwise perfectly normal sounding chit chat, explain that, hey, I need to fence some fucking earrings.
She's gonna be like, yeah, something's hot. You don't want to hold it too long. It's gonna burn you. Let's see it. Let's see what's hot.
I will show her one of the earrings, keeping the other on me.
All right, and her eyes are kind of like she kind of frowns at it, looks it over, and she's like, "That's magic." Like kind of quietly, it's magic. Don't think it'd be too good on its own though, so won't be getting as good a price.
Well, I do have the other one. I just didn't want to hand you both.
Oh, I see.
They're magic earrings. Should we find out what magic it is?
Any idea what it does?
No clue. I can just tell it's magic. It's got that glow.
It's something Marsh. You should cast Identify. I
don't know if I was joining Dominic in this fence escapades, but I thought that's up to. I feel like that would be up to with Dominic if I'm joining or not.
I think if you wanted to tag along, I wouldn't object.
Okay, sure. Then I'll tag along then.
All right, cool. So I will hand Marsh the other one and say, hey, can you do a thing on this?
It'll take me a minute, but sure. Or 10 minutes.
Oh, you're ritual casting it?
Oh, we're resting anyways. I'll just do.
We're resting anyway.
Okay, so yeah, I cast Identify on it.
Roll that surge.
Okay.
Oh, I guess. Oh, I got to roll for the thingy.
Yeah, let's hear that surge if there is one.
Fireball! Fireball!
Time to die. 10. Okay.
And
Wow, there's a fireball. Fantastic.
No.
No one survives.
Oh.
So they got the earrings and it kind of picking them up, dangle. And it's definitely magical. That beautiful kind of magic tell is there. And these are earrings designed to make the wearer's skin clearer. It's purely aesthetic.
Huh.
And you can tell, Marsh, that if you only have one, there will be a noticeable difference between your skin tone on one side of your face to the other. So they should be worn as a pair.
I look at my scales, and then I look at the the earrings, and it's like, and I hand them back to you, I guess.
Do you tell me what they do?
Yeah, I I say to the best of my understanding, something to do about skin quality, making your skin look better. It's weird. Who would make that?
So to the fence, I say. So how much would you give me for him?
A lot of nobles like to look nice and noble. Worth 100 G's to me.
Any chance you could bump that up to 150?
125.
140.
35. 135. That's my final offer.
Deal.
Okay. So you can add 135 gold. Yeah, and she is sure that she can turn that around for a quicker buck, so she's happy.
All right. I will hand off the earrings, and I will remove them from my inventory once again.
Perfect. And as you're kind of looking to go, she's going to say, "How much for the keys?"
You've got a sharp eye. Tell you what, I'm not going to be in town particularly wrong. I would say if you can make me a copy of these, you can have the originals.
Some people work in, the real thing. Some people work in copies. I'm not picky. I'll do what you ask. I don't know how to do these, Can't. Yeah, she'll happily make you a set of keys.
All right, cool. So she gives me the duplicates, and I'll say, okay, so how much do you want for the originals? And I'm willing to give you a discount considering you just made me some copies.
Tell you what, I'm happy with 25.
25 gold?
Yeah, it's going to buy me some nice crab.
All right, deal, 25.
25, okay. Yep, and she says, when you're back in town, since you're saying you're going to be gone for a bit, come to my stall and ask for a blue pillow.
Gotcha.
I don't get it.
And yeah, she kind of leans back like she thinks business is concluded.
Yep, I'm done. I don't know if Marsh wants to see if we can get anything sketchy, but he does have a couple of paintings. I don't know if you're hoarding those or you want to get rid of them.
I'd like to see them in a museum. I honestly was looking at my inventory list as we were going through, and it's like, the problem is I want to keep everything I have. So
yeah, maybe you'll need to find a hideout to like brandish all your cool stuff that you've pilfered from castles over the years.
I'll I just have castle tea. I don't even remember where that's from. Cool. I'll hold off for now. Actually, can you buy things from fences?
Yeah. That's the
You
whole
can buy
purpose.
pillows from her.
Pillows that might have other stuff in them.
Yeah, I guess I'll just ask. It's like, if we're interested in buying, what do you have?
That's a great question to ask a character that I'm making up on the spot. I got a rope of kind of never break. It's only 50 feet in length, but it never breaks. As in, like, you can't. It's impossible. You need 47 feet of rope. Get a different rope. You can't cut this one.
What's this town's name again? Greenspire?
Greenspire.
How much you selling it for?
Well, this is a really special rope. I'd say 35 gold, and it's yours.
That's a note. Rope. I was going to help you haggle, but you know what, Marsh? You're on your own.
Actually, can you prove it doesn't break? Like, I don't know, like give it a chop or something.
Marsh has been burned once on, here's this magical object.
All right, so she'll pull out a pillow. It's just like a dusty old straw pillow, and she reaches in on the side, and from it she pulls like a coil of rope. And it's not like super thick. It almost looks like a beautiful wound silk braid almost. It's got kind of like a red and green sort of dyed pattern to it. And she'll pull out another pillow, and from it she'll grab a dagger. And you see her like reefing, cutting into this rope, and she's cutting a visible line into the table. But the rope appears to be like perfect, and she'll hand like the rope where she was cutting it to you for inspection.
Okay. I look it over. Does it not seem like a parlor trick?
No, it's completely unmarred. She'll be like, give it a tug. Like, she's encouraging you to kind of peruse it out.
Yeah, I trust your dagger check. Let's see. I search my pockets. It's like, do you take gems? I got some gems and gold.
Put it on the table. Let's see what we can do.
Okay, so I have in my inventory. I have 10 gold worth of gems, and then I'll just make the difference with the rest of the gold.
Yeah, no, she'll suss that out and appraise that for you. So,
cool.
Feel free to do it that way.
And actually, while we're pawning stuff off to sketchy old lady who's buying and selling pillows, I have a very nice set of boots that I got off the feet of the electric mage in the wizard's tower.
Oh God, that's right.
They're too small for me, but I put them in my bag anyway, or my chest anyway.
All right, so you put them on the counter.
Are you here?
Oh wait, if you were here, I would be like, Naroke, try to break this.
So I'll also try and break the rope. I'll put the boots on the table and say, look at these, and will I test these for my friend here. And Naroke is going to try and break this rope.
How are you like putting like your foot down on one end and trying to like force it up? What are you doing?
He's basically going to like tie the rope onto like around his chest.
Okay.
Foot on the chest and like pinning the rope onto there as well, and then like trying to reef backwards, basically trying to get as much leverage in that as he can.
Make me a strength check.
I'm gonna laugh if I break down unbreakable rope.
I just get my money back, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose. Give me those gems.
19.
19. All right. So the rope is just so sturdy. Like you're feeling like really impressed by this. And yeah, no. If you whiffed it, you were gonna punch yourself in the chin, but and your grip didn't falter.
This is gonna be incredibly handy. How long did you say it was again? 50?
50 feet, no more, no less. If you need a shorter rope, this isn't the one for you. She'll check out the boots and. Oh. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Checking out the shoes. She doesn't hate them. She's going to say, I don't know, I'll give you 10 gold. They're nice, but they're not that nice.
Do you want my help with this, Naroke?
Sure, you seem to be a lot better at haggling than I am.
All right. What do I see when I look at the boots? Are they leather? Are they metal, cloth?
No. So they're leather boot that have been like really nicely polished.
Mm-hmm.
So it's sort of a mahogany kind of looking leather. It's got some like deep crimsony sort of red tinges to it, and it's lined with fur. So it looks sort of like not like a tall boot, but like maybe an ankle kind of boot. That would be good in like cold weather, you kind of figure. And it's got the indent of a spider on its sole.
What are the soles made of?
Like a really tough rubber.
Were these boots a spider climb? No, because I think when we had dropped off the loot that we'd gotten,
we picked them up. They weren't magic.
Yeah, they were
just really nice boots.
They're just really nice boots.
Yeah. I'm going to immediately step in and be like, "Are you crazy? Leather of that quality and fur lining plus authentic rubber. Do you know how hard it is to get rubber?"
Yeah, it wasn't so hard last I checked, but I guess there was a shortage in the old. I'll add an extra 5. 5, that's it.
5? How about an extra? Look at that stitching. Let's go with an extra 10.
So it's going to take the boot again, like kind of give it a smell and be like, could probably suss these up, make them look nicer than they are. Okay, fine.
20 gold, deal.
Deal. And then out of curiosity, just so that I can get them out of my inventory, the gems that I got on the scrying room table, the bag of gems in the mirror room, The rudimentary handcuffs. What are those? What money value would those be?
Let's say if you sold all the gems, the handcuffs are basically a pittance, but you could probably get 20 gold for just the obscure little gems that you've collected.
Okay.
From that room. In fact, she'll not even be like, I don't want the handcuffs, they're yours.
Okay, I'll keep these handcuffs. I've almost got another very special set of handcuffs for later.
She doesn't ask.
You know how sketchy something has to be for a fence to be like, no, I don't want these.
I don't delve in that market.
Well, it didn't ask about because the rudimentary handcuffs are not the handcuffs of pleasure and pain.
Right, that's
These
true.
are just generic handcuffs. So
she's not impressed. Whatever.
Yeah, it was just
handcuffs.
So 20 gold for the gems and then 20 gold for the boots.
Correct.
Oh yeah, I will add that to my inventory. Thank you, Nick, for helping get better costs.
Helping extort this woman.
Yeah, that's genius. And as you guys are if you're putting your money away and stuff, she's gonna be like, I get you. I don't get you two. Where are you from? Who are you with?
Is she just gesturing to
You and Naroke.
I just say that's an excellent question, and then I don't follow up.
There's some associates of mine that are far too honest for their own good.
Well, good luck with them. No, she'll turn away. Yep, her business is concluded as far as she's concerned, unless you guys need to pick her ear anymore.
No, I think we're done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, the world's your oyster, or you can go to bed.
I think by this point, Nick at least is done for today and is going to bed.
Okay. Wait out the rest of the day, just resting. Naroke, did you want to make cheating wives uncomfortable in the town with the rest of your day, or
Yeah, actually no. I think Naroke is he's satisfied with the little bit of oh god, they know as how does this stranger know with Cadence earlier?
For Cadence? Okay. And Marsh, are you gonna succumb to the fun or go to chill out for the rest of the day?
Actually, I was thinking, while I was rummaging around the tailor's area, would I find a weaver's kit in there? It's like a kind of a tailory item.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. I was gonna add one of those to my inventory, and then I'm probably just gonna join the rest of the group with what they're doing.
Okay, cool. So at some point, Endress kind of comes back into the tavern if you guys are chilling out there, and she heads to your room, just kind of gives you a wave. She doesn't seem inclined to chat at all. You guys can approach her if you want and talk about tomorrow, or you can just go to bed now.
I think I'm going to check in, make sure she's all good to leave tomorrow if tomorrow turns out to be tomorrow.
Okay. And she'll if you go to her door, she'll just be like, hi Nick, or no, what are you called? What's your name?
I did introduce her as I didn't have a Heroes of the Shard equivalent. Remember?
That's right.
Nobody knows who I am.
Oh man, so it's just gonna be
I'm
Darwin.
Officially speaking, I am Darwin's hype man.
And then Swamp.
And the Swamp.
Right, it's hard to forget that she's not in with your crowd. She feels like one of you. And so she'll just give you a high.
Because she participates in crime.
Yeah, that's true. So bright and early tomorrow. Is that what you're feeling?
Yep. If you're ready to go, then I think we are.
Okay. I stocked up at the temple. I think I'm good on my end. I've been good for what feels like days, but yeah, I think I'm actually good.
Yeah, I can imagine you're pretty eager to get moving after 3 days of the same day.
Yeah. I can only imagine how eager you guys are. You've hired me for a job, and I haven't been able to do it yet.
Well, I just wanted to say that most of the things that we've had you doing over the last couple of days are vastly outside your wheelhouse, and I just want to say you did an extraordinarily good job, regardless.
Like a little blush is gonna spread on her cheeks, and she's just like so enamored by the compliment you gave her, and be like, "Of course, anything for you guys. I'm yours to help in any way I can. I'm honored."
Well, you've been an incredibly good sport about it, and thank you.
You're very welcome. I'll be downstairs in the morning and can lay out the plan with you guys.
All right, sounds good. Let's hope tomorrow is actually tomorrow.
Otherwise,
Yes.
it's going to be a very bloody boat rolling into the shore.
She will politely close the door after watching you leave. Not in a creepy way, just in like a "there goes my hero" kind of writer's way. Yeah. Night comes. I imagine you guys are filling up on bread or crab, going to bed. Maybe bread with your crab.
Maybe bread with the crab. Soak up the butter.
So the first thing you guys notice in the morning is that the beds you're on are much harder and less swayy than the beds you were used to. And you wake up in your rooms, in the tavern, in the town.
Oh, thank fuck. People were gonna die.
Actually, a question: did we each have our own rooms?
Yeah, you would have been outfitted with to the nines on the Heroes of the Shards budget.
Can Naroke try and walk up to try and wake up that little bit early and walk over and knock on Nick's door?
Oh.
And then try his best Rockefeller voice.
Oh my god, yes. Rule of cool. Yeah, you can if you want. Nick, how early are you planning on getting up?
Not that early. Nick is not a getter-upper. He's more of a drinker later.
I'd say you do it then.
Yes, just same thing that we've heard for the past 3 days. Just knock on your door and best Rockefeller voice that Naroke can try and put out.
What? Sorry, let me find the line. I don't have it memorized. Bum, bum, bum. Nearing Greenspire. This is Felleruck. We're almost at Greenspire now. Ready yourselves and come on deck.
So you rolled a 13 performance. Should I roll insight? Because I kind of just want to go with it.
Roll an insight, yeah. Because you know Naroke's voice. Let's see how you're feeling.
Yeah, Naroke's trying to do his best Rockefeller voice.
It's a 15.
15. All right. So, I imagine at the first knock, I think it's the knock that gets you because the knock sounds the same. And it's just like hands down, digging into the mattress, no. And then Naroke's performance kind of
falls flat.
Okay, yeah. So the urge to kill lessens slightly.
Slightly. What Naroke still sees is the door, it's almost like the third knock. And it just flies open, and Nick is just standing there with a knife in his hand, murder in his eyes.
How does that make you feel, Naroke?
This is not the first time Naroke's had a knife pulled on him. He's not all that faced. He also figures it's probably not going to be the last time that Nick pulls a knife on him. So
Probably not.
Are you guys waking up Marsh? Marsh, how do you want to wake up?
Normally's fine.
Normally's fine?
Yeah, nothing too special about it.
Okay, so collect... Well, go on.
Naroke's going to look down to Nick, because Nick would have been the first door that he'd have gone to. It's do you want to see if Endress is up? You do voices better than I do. And so we're going to walk over. I'll knock and let Nick do the shout.
Yeah, and I'll do my best impression of Felleruck's greeting that morning.
Sorry, do you get advantage on those, or is it just
I have a great thing for this. It says, advantage on deception and performance checks when trying to pass yourself off as a different person, and you can mimic the speech of another person or the sounds made by other creatures that you've heard for at least 1 minute.
Oh my gosh. All right, you're rolling against her insight. Okay,
Is
have
this
at her.
you want deception or performance?
Which is better for you?
Deception.
Yeah, let's do deception then. That's kind of tracks more with who you are.
All right, with it, it's a 19 and a 19 for both.
Okay. So unlike you, a door is not flying open by the third knock, and you get out the line like remarkably well. Enough that I think like Marsh and Naroke, you guys are just like oh whoa, that's really freaking cool.
It's like this is like the first time you really got to pull it off. Like
That's the first time I got to pull the mimic thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you've seen it before. So, Endress, you just hear, I'm not going to do it because my throat hurts, but you hear like the loudest, like, just like, she's screaming. She's absolutely screaming on the other end.
Fully screaming.
And when you hear like the pitter patter running to the door and the door open, there's just like confusion in her eyes because it's usually Fellerock that she sees and not you guys. And then she's kind of dawning on her that she's in a room that's not swaying, in a bed that's sturdier than the hammock on the ship. And she's just going to close the door.
I'm like, see you downstairs, and then I leave.
Oh, amazing.
Glorious performance.
So it's about 15 minutes later before Endress joins you. Looks like she's taken a bath.
Does she still look mad?
No, she looks tired. She just looks tired.
I just look at her and say, you got to have some fun in this job.
Yeah, I'll probably be laughing about that in a couple days. It was pretty good. I didn't know you could do that with your voice.
Just look on the bright side. Or I guess Nick should look on the bright side. You had less of a violent response than they did. And I didn't perform the line nearly as well.
Yeah, I did pull a knife on Darwin. That is a thing that happened.
It won't be the last time, I'm sure.
It will not.
You guys are really weird friends.
You spend enough time around someone and you're bound to get weird.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, she's kind of like, not like super concerned that you pulled a knife on Darwin, but kind of like, wow, that's like excessive. But then she kind of gets it. She's pretty mad. And on the hero's dime, she'll order you guys breakfast and offer it to you up if you want.
For sure.
And
If it's on the hero's dime, absolutely.
I hope
Get
something
drunk if
different
you
than
want.
crab.
I don't think we want to get day drunk for this particular expedition.
Yeah,
Yes.
Naroke already has concerns about dealing with toads.
Oh yeah, because you lick them, right? Seems
No, because there's a hypno toad somewhere
the giant
out there.
hypnotoads
giant hypnotoad,
that apparently
right?
Naroke is supposed to stab in the eyes.
Yeah, it was the eye, wasn't
He
it?
may or may not have forgotten about you can usually just not fight these things, and he just remembers you need to stab in the eyes.
Okay. So as you're eating, she's gonna just kind of talk to you about the plan that she had come up with when you guys commissioned her to help on this expedition. And she'll explain that while she was here the first day, you guys had learned that the mayor had sent out that expedition, got the totem. That's what all the shenanigans were. So yesterday, she went out and she got into contact with one of the people that had gone out on the expedition. And she learned from them that the path that they took was quite treacherous. And she's figured out a better way to go that will take you 5 days, theoretically, to get to the castle. So she's just kind of sussing out how long she expects to be gone. She thinks she can get you guys back in 10 days to the docks here. And she also tells you that, like, a reminder that the life around the castle and in the forest flourished. Unlike most places where a bomb was dropped, like, everything seems to have survived at an immaculate rate and, like, for the better and more dangerous. It's crazy how well things survive there. So she expects you'll find a lot of things, and that stealth might be hard, but it might be imperative to go slowly. if not stealthily, but just take your time.
As she's talking about stealth, Naroke is just going to like shift himself a little bit, just like the ringing of the chainmail.
I thought about that. So I think slow and cautious will win out the day. You know, if we can see the trouble before it hears you, should be golden.
Do you have any details you can give us on the artifact itself?
The artifact that you're looking for?
Yeah.
Well, no. If I guess you commissioned me a while ago. You had asked me to get you into the castle, which I'm very certain I can do. But you didn't quite speculate why you wanted to go there. So this artifact, I hope I can be of some use for you when you find it, but I'm not quite sure what it is. I haven't been briefed on that.
Oh, yeah, it's
We don't have a lot of details ourselves.
Yeah.
We just know that there's something there that should be kept out of the wrong hands.
Oh, understood. A very noble cause indeed. Well, I hope I can help you find it once I get you there. And certainly when we do, I'll see if I can help understand it better. If it's anything like these, and she like flashes one of the totems, it should be in my wheelhouse.
Do those totems have much use now that they've been?
They're supposed to get us past one of the barriers around the castle.
Yep, there's still a sort of key, even though a curse has been removed.
Okay.
The curse itself wasn't the key. Or the cursing itself wasn't a key. But yeah, we should need these to get in. I believe that's why the mayor's envoy that he sent couldn't get further in, because they didn't have this other one. So
understood.
Yeah, so it's going to be 5 long days there. Hot, expect hot, muggy kind of weather. And I'm going to try and...
As she's talking about the hot, muggy weather, Naroke's like, oh, my hair's going to be a mess. And just run his hand over his bald head.
She cracks a smile. She looks like she doesn't want to crack a smile, but she cracks a smile. You definitely get that out of her.
In preparation for hot, muggy weather, Nick is going to pop back to his room and change into an outfit I can only describe as slutty Indiana Jones.
You know what, Endress, like, probably idolized you before, but now there's like something else that's like conflicting in her, and she doesn't even know what it is. There's something new.
Is it attraction? Is it gender envy? We just don't know.
Something flashes behind her eyes, and you're not quite sure what it is, but you saw it, and yeah, it's just brief. Something was there. And if you guys are ready after mealtime and there's nothing left to do, we'll head out into the forest.
Neat. I think that's the plan.
Perfect.
Unless we want to go and harass Cadence some more before we go.
We can make one more stop by Cadence.
Oh my god. All right. So that would put you... If you're willing, that puts you out like an hour just waiting, because you know Cadence goes there in the morning, but she doesn't go super early. So if you're willing to like dick around for an hour, you can absolutely make her life a living hell.
I'm not sure I want to lose a whole hour for the sake of that joke.
Now that being said, that's if we exclusively just sit by the blacksmith waiting for her to show up.
Yes.
As we're like getting ready to leave, can we kind of take like a roundabout route through the city to see if we run into her as we go along?
Yeah, I've got no problem with that. If you want to, I think in this case, Endress will like kind of follow you because you're not going the way that she thinks you should go to like get out of the city. But she won't say anything, and she'll just follow your lead while you're still in.
Actually, before we go as well, I need to make sure that I actually have rations. Food for adventure is probably a good idea. I've got...
If you don't, it's easy enough to get at the market.
Yeah, so
I have 8 days worth of rations.
Okay.
But we're looking at 5 days just getting there. So
Correct.
Yeah, so we need a little more.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna pick up. I'm at 9 things of rations right now. I'm gonna pick up another 6 to put me up to 15.
I believe rations for a day were 5 silver.
It says here 4 gold pieces.
Oh, 4 gold pieces. Okay, never mind.
That's how much it costs for all the ones you have.
Ah, okay, then 5 silver. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's
no,
half a silver per.
Yeah, 4 like seems crazy.
Okay, yeah, so I'm going to pick up, how many do I have? 8? So if I grab 7, that should also put me at 15.
Okay. Marsh, I don't know if you need to pick up any. Feel free.
Yeah, I'll pick up 10. So that would be 5 gold.
Okay. It's easy enough at the marketplace.
Yeah.
And Endrus kind of understands now, Naroke, why you wanted to kind of go this weird roundabout way, and is like, of course, rations, very smart. And Naroke, since this is your evil plan, odds or evens?
Let's go with evens.
So you spot, leaving a house, the familiar back of Cadence as she's locking a door behind her.
Naroke isn't gonna walk up to like intercept her at the door. He's gonna like basically try and like angle so like he'll like kind of run to her as she's like already walking away a little bit. Just as like happening to run into her kind of thing.
Okay.
And as he's walking past, it's like, on your way to see Coral again?
I ran out of eggs. Just eggs. I'm buying eggs.
I absolutely believe you. Have yourself a great day, Cadence. And just keep walking.
You see her just like have this mini sort of freak out. She's not like verbally, but like hands clutching at her hair in the street. Like, who is this monster that knows too much and keeps rubbing it in? And how do you know too much?
Well, because I've spoken to her at this point twice, and the first time was have a good time. The second time I had her name. So.
Yep. Well, you've successfully probably ruined her day, or at least her morning. So well done.
It's okay.
Oh,
Coral helped make it better.
I think Coral's probably freaked out too, but anyways, you didn't actually talk to Coral. She doesn't remember. Oh, except no, you didn't get a battering ram from her. You got a battering ram from the old guy, right?
Yeah, I would have gone in on like the actual yesterday and like checked for a battering ram, checked if she had a battering ram, just because that was my like time frame that I knew worked.
Okay, so you did speak to her. So Coral's probably sick of you too.
Coral's seen me once.
Coral's only seen him once.
Yeah, Coral's seen me once, and Cadence has seen me twice.
But Cadence would have been like, this guy, this huge-ass guy, this bald, huge-ass guy is onto us. I think, yeah. So now that rations are picked up and you've had your fun, Endrus will like try and take you a more direct route out past the gates.
Absolutely willing to follow her at this point.
Okay. And outside the city gates, the guards watch you go. They bid you like farewell and wish you good luck, and they seem kind of, one's like, where are you going? And Endrus doesn't say anything. She just keeps walking.
Hero's business. We're headed out into the woods. We'll be back in about probably 10 days or so.
Okay. Well, good luck to you, heroes. And then this is where we're going to take our break as you're walking through the lush, beautiful forest on your way to Elderborough City.
Woohoo.
So we'll be back in like 10-ish minutes, and we'll talk to you guys then.
Bye.
Bye.
There we go.
And we can get on with the fun.
All right, we are back in business.
We're back. Great. Hello. Welcome. So our intrepid not heroes and their little sidekick, I guess, at this point, have left Greenspire and are on their way through the Elderborough Forest to the Elderborough City. So,
is there a word in English for person we're a bad influence on?
I guess victim is not quite the right tone.
No.
I'll have to look into that because victim's too, I don't know, too harsh.
It's fuck vibes. No.
Yeah.
But we are definitely not doing this person any good by being around them.
I mean, yeah, you're really setting them up to be, I don't know, kind of badass, but also scary, depending on how, if they can rein this in. Because if she continues life thinking that you're good, and this is the means of doing good things, that might just really kind of fuck with how she deals.
Yeah. But also, if she feels betrayed, that creates its own problems.
Like, it's up to you guys what she feels by the time this journey's over.
Oh, no.
She would be our corruptee, essentially.
Corruptee, yeah, all right. It's probably worth mentioning, I guess, for no reason in particular, that she can die.
Kind of figured. We already had discussed the possibility of having to murder her ourselves, so.
I really
that's
hope
right.
we don't.
That's
Yeah, I hope we don't. She's a great person, but it's like we've all kind of come to the acceptance of if we have to tie off that loose end, that is a thing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'd rather you just
If it's
use,
that or fuck up the whole job, then she's got to go.
Yes, yeah. I'd rather the forget me stick with a note that's like sorry, and then
just one time on the way back, we just leave a whole lot earlier.
Hey, Marsh, you plan on getting modified memory anytime soon?
No, maybe It'll be a while before I get it.
So much like Endris had warned you for the traveling towards kind of the barrier where the totems need to go and then to the city itself, it is super muggy. Like, the air is really hydrating and your skin feels awesome. But there's also like a heavy swarm of small insects that are drawn to you, like some sort of swarm of insects. I don't know where I was going with that descriptor.
God, I'm fine with they're biting me, but I just wish they wouldn't buzz in my ears so much.
And what's very different from when you were traveling to Blackfalds and then to the city of Vespire, the sounds. There's just like a cacophony of sounds, like a mixture of buzzing and chirping and whistling and yipping. And you're also seeing like an abundance of small wildlife. Like there's foxes with like 8 eyes, like a spider, kind of bounding from bushes and stuff. And there's birds that are gazing you from trees and then taking flight whenever you walk under their branches. Like the world around you is very busy in a way that you're not used to so far with what you've encountered in the world. It's lush, it's green, it's beautiful, and kind of slow going as you're traveling through the day. Endris is being mindful of the route she had planned and then what she had cross-referenced with the people that came here before. And when you start off, you kind of see a beaten path that you're following that looks like it was somewhat recently used, and then she eventually like takes you far off of it, and you kind of have to hack your way through the sort of like almost jungle forest hybrid to get through. And is there anything in particular you guys want to like look out for while you're here, or are you just keeping your nose down following Endris?
I don't know, Marsh, you want more drugs?
I'll keep an eye on it. I wanted to ask Endris, it's like, are we able to? I'm just curious. Are we able to maybe like find out the location where that like Taylor boy was allegedly left, or is that not really crossed with our current path?
I think it's possible. They said, what I gathered when they were explaining that it was dangerous and they had lost some of their party, that some of them fell where they found the totem, and we're going to be kind of circling back close to that. So I certainly don't see how it would do any harm to kind of take a look at the area once we're there. If that's something you're interested in doing, absolutely.
If it doesn't add too much to our travel time, I would like to further investigate. But if it's any of an inconvenience, I'd say we just press on.
Just the tiefling, or they lost some other mercenaries there. Do you care about?
I mean, anyone we find is, it's a good thing. But specifically, I think we're mostly worried about the tiefling, him being, a civilian.
Yes, of course. Terrible would happen. Perhaps we can return his body if we find it.
Yeah, I guess the chances of survival are pretty slim.
Also,
Endris is...
Did they happen to mention what dropped all these people?
Nope. I did not hear word of that. I also didn't ask. In hindsight, I probably should have. I assumed it was just some creature they stumbled upon here. It could have been them passing around the totem like excited people often do. Oh man, there might be a lot of cursed people in that town.
I came to that conclusion.
Not a problem.
We're just going to have to burn that bridge when we get to it.
That being said, we've also got... it could have also very well been Friends of Umath, so if we... Maybe not stabbing the shrub was in our best interest if that was what overtook them.
What's an Umath?
Umath was
the weed guy in the lighthouse.
Oh, it had a name. Interesting. And she's gonna lift up her pant leg and pull out a notepad and pull out a quill from nowhere and just scribble some things really quickly when you guys say that, and then sheath everything back.
Yeah,
if we run into any more plant people, we're supposed to say we're friends of Umath, and that should buy us some leeway.
Hopefully we don't encounter any, not friends of Umath and be like, yeah, we're friends with Umath.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, now you have to die extra.
Yeah,
that guy
just
owes me $5.
Yeah, that might get us punched in the face, but we'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
All right. Well, I'm glad you were able to find some interesting things talking to plants. That was certainly a first, and I'm kind of regretting that I didn't take the potion you offered.
Also,
I feel like it's an entirely good idea not to take random doses from unlabeled bottles that somebody else found in a haunted castle. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Now, that being said, out of curiosity, when we were talking to the plant, what did it sound like to you?
It not a hum, but just like a deep. Imagine if the wind was kind of gliding over a bottle of moonshine, sort of, but broken up and lower. It was weird.
Wind blown over a broken bottle of moonshine. Got it.
It's strange.
But yeah, definitely continue to not take doses from random unlabeled bottles that people found in haunted castles. I feel like that habit will serve you in good stead.
Also be a little bit wary of things that Marsh randomly picks up and hands you. They may not be edible.
They might be drugs.
I tend to know what to hand people, what to not.
I trust Swamp's judgment. He seems like he's got it together.
Hey.
He does make some excellent tea, though.
Oh boy.
You still haven't made the drug tea yet.
No, I haven't. I have a bunch of weird teas on me.
So long ago. Okay, so with Endris knowing to be aware to look for potentially a poor tiefling cadaver in the forest, you continue on. She's pretty good at, even though she's a cleric and not necessarily like what you'd peg as a super hardcore adventurer type, she's really good at kind of like halting with my hand, halting you guys and kind of listening to things and then taking you back the way you came a little bit before looping around. And you're not seeing or sensing what she's seeing or sensing. Would you follow her like to the letter, or would you be questioning what she's kind of doing in this jungle?
I think we do what she says we do.
Okay.
Naroke's smart enough to know that she's our guide.
I'll keep an eye out, but I'm still following.
Okay.
Yeah, Naroke's not like blindly following in the sense of I don't have to pay attention to anything but where she's going. He's still like looking around, but he's smart enough to know that if she was hired as their guide, he should probably be following her.
Okay.
Yeah, Nick is also keeping an eye out.
Perfect. She does do some weird things, like taking you back the way you came for a few minutes to opt for a different route. And she's not chatting much. You can definitely talk to her and ask her things, but she seems like just super focused and weirdly intuitive on kind of what things to do. And your first day comes, and it's the sun. It's kind of hard to see where it is in the sky because the deeper you get into the forest, the thicker the trees sort of get, and the foliage and the vines in the trees, and it starts to get kind of dark rather early. And you hear her sort of like humming to herself about like, Wonder how sleeping's going to work. Do we stop early and find a place? Not really sure. I guess we have a few more hours. She's just kind of mumbling to herself about things as she's taking you along. And then you guys hear like a loud like snap of a tree, and she stops dead in her tracks. And I want you guys to make me stealth checks on the spot.
This is gonna go great.
We all know what
Do it, Naroke.
happens.
Do it.
A nat 20, which is still only 19, but I got a nat 20 on both.
Yeah.
What? I got an 11.
Huh.
Naroke is just gonna look at it and I was like,
All right. So for the first time ever, Naroke, you like you're walking and like the hairs that on your non-existent hairs on your head, I guess, on your neck, whatever, they kind of stand up, and you get a sense of something, and all of a sudden your footfalls are super light. It's like you're walking on air as you hear this branch snap, and you're signaling to everyone to be quiet, and then Endress is going to pull you off to the side, like tug you, and to like try and get you guys to go around a long way, and you are all remarkably quiet as you do so, with just Naroke. I don't know, double nat 20, man.
double nat 20 on Naroke on a
It's
stealth
on
check
you.
of all things.
Because like you have a negative modifier to that,
I do.
right?
Yeah, I have a -1 to my dex.
1. Okay. So Endress looks concerned, even though you heard the tree snap. You didn't see it snap. You don't know what it is. She looks downright afraid as she's trying to take you the opposite way.
Can I look around
and
and
you
see
guys
if
are-
I can spot anything, or?
Yeah, sure. You guys make me perception checks if you want.
That's a 5. I'm rolling awesome today, guys.
That's the key.
It was like me with the strength checks at the start of the round, or at the start of the game. It was like 5, 9. It's like
Perception 12, 14. Okay. So you think Marsh, Swamp in this regard, and Naroke, off in the distance, there is some movement, but it's hard to tell quite what. It's like green on green through the trees, and like you're not sure if it's just like something swaying in the wind or whatever, but there did seem to be something like a large bush almost kind of like gliding in the distance as Endress is sort of pulling you back. But it's getting harder to see because it's getting darker.
yeah, just gonna kind of whisper, like, what was it?
And Endress is going to be like, something that belongs in... I don't know why I'm whispering to this. Something that belongs in the water, but she's whispering.
Is this like you told me about?
No. Something worse.
Neat. I kind of want to hit it. It's like Naroke's like looking back the direction where the noise came from as he's following along Endress.
What was that, Marsh?
Oh no, I was just like thinking it's like it's from the water. Is it some sort of land shark or something?
That's sharks.
And when Endress kind of like writes you back on your track this time, she's gonna like actually verbally like direct you guys and be like, so we need to start thinking about sleeping for the night. What do you guys have in mind? Should we could press through if you really want to. We can stop where we are. If you prefer a rock formation, we can try and suss one of those out.
I'd like us to find some kind of cover. Something that rock would be ideal since, you know, plants could potentially be of the carnivorous variety, and if we back ourselves up against them, that's not terrific.
Really, how likely do you think it is that we're going to run into a carnivorous plant?
Very
We've already run into one.
extremely likely. Here of all places. Oh, Darwin, you're joking. I get it. Ha. That's funny. Okay, if you guys want to do some like scouting, you can, I guess investigation checks to look for a better vantage point. Right now, you're sort of just on like not really a big hill, but a slight incline where the trees have thinned out.
Could I use survival?
Yes, you can use survival. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'd go for survival as well. See if Naroke can suss out. Ooh, 18.
All right. So, you know, actually between the three of you, there are sort of like on the hill from you can see up in the distance, there's this kind of rocky outcropping that grows up and it looks like it might harbor a cave. Hard to tell, but there's definitely some sheer sort of rock face farther ahead. And you can easily get to that. And make your camp there for the night. Now, Andrus is going to ask kind of what you guys want to do about fires. If you guys take watches, like how do you prefer to go about this when you guys are traveling?
Watches are
We
definitely
usually
a good
take
idea.
watches.
Okay. I worry about what a fire could attract.
I don't think it's cold. It's going to get cold enough that we'll need a fire.
Excellent. Okay. And so Andrus is going to help you guys make camp in any way you need. And are there any questions you want of her before she settles in for the night, before her watch?
I guess I'll ask. It's like I just kind of mentioned. It's like, hey, when we were traveling, you often kind of went back a few times. Are you having trouble remembering where to go, or?
No, that was more worried about moving any more forward and not wanting to be spotted by something, and back feeling like the appropriate way to get out of those situations.
Okay.
We stumbled upon, or rather, too close to some things I didn't think we should fight.
I'll trust your judgment.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Yeah, that's really all I wanted to ask.
Yeah, you definitely get the sense, like, it wasn't like she's lost and trying to figure out where to go. It's more like, okay, think, what do we do right now? Like, it seemed more calculating than confused on her part. So what's your watch order tonight?
I will take either first or last watch.
Yeah, we're the party with no dark vision, aren't we?
I don't think...
Yeah, we're the party with no dark vision.
You are the party with no dark vision. That is correct.
I do have a lantern.
We also have ever-burn torches.
We also potentially have the alarm chime bell things?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the
wind
chimes of alarm. I will set up the wind chimes of alarm.
She is super fascinated by those. Just like, wow, that's the coolest thing ever. Of course you guys have that. This is perfect. It's foolproof.
I wouldn't say it's entirely foolproof, but it has been very handy.
Marsh Naroke. Which watches do you guys have? Or want, rather?
I guess I'll take first watch.
Okay, then I will take middle watch.
Okay, and then Andrus, and then Nick. Since she wants to be helpful. Nick. Bam. Okay, so the night cools a little bit compared to the day, but not enough that it's really uncomfortable in your makeshift camp. The cave that you found is not really a cave once you get there. It's just a sort of slightly concave-esque rock formation. It doesn't go very deep, but it's, rocks to your back. So there's that. In lieu of not having a fire, Marsh, do you want to bring out one of your torches or just...
Yeah, technically I think I still have a few torches still on Raptor, so...
That's a good point.
Yeah, I'll just kind of send them in a way in which I can kind of catch a little bit of a glance of what's going on the way we came in, but hopefully not being too bright and noticeable.
Yeah, that's perfect. Can you give me a perception check, please? Let's see.
Sure. 19.
Oh man. So you are hyper aware of everything that's going on. The buzzing, the constant buzzing of the bugs seem to have died down, and the yipping of something in the distance is perked up, almost like coyotes that have found a kill that are getting really, really excited. But it seems quite far in the distance and not super threatening, almost kind of cute in a weird way. Yeah, and there was just lots of sounds, but nothing that seems too close for comfort, nothing that catches your eye. And your watch goes by very uneventful, except for all the noises you get to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, yeah, I will just I'll kind of like keep Raptor there because yeah, he doesn't need to sleep, but I will start getting ready to sleep. So that's what I do.
Okay. Are you waking up Naroke?
Yeah, I don't know. I just poke him a few times, and then and then head to bed.
Naroke will sit up and take a look around. You didn't make any tea, did you?
Oh no, I'd be worried if the smell potentially attracts things.
Okay, so Naroke doesn't have random tea to drink. Okay, that's fine.
Not today.
No tea offering.
Naroke will kind of mull about in the general area, keeping watch.
By the light of Raptor. Feel
Yeah,
free to swing.
by the light of the sleeping raptor.
Okay. Throw me that perception check. Jeez, you guys are
18.
smoking. All right. So you hear like some weird sounding like bawing that seems kind of close. And when you sort of like kind of move over to check it out, whatever was bawing like instantly stops and you hear like scurrying away from you.
Bawing like a
and-
sheep?
Yeah, like a sheep.
Okay.
I guess it's not called bawing. Was it called mewing? Mewling? Whatever.
Bowing.
Yeah. So there's like a bit of that, and then took off as you got closer. And the night is much like your journey to this point, kind of loud. There's lots of interesting noises, things to hear. At one point, you think you see one of those foxes because like 8 eyes sort of reflect at you from the light of Raptor's torches. But when you look again, it's gone.
The thing that was bawing that scurried away, like how big was this?
It sounded small.
Okay, so we have like squirrel sheep. Got it.
And your watch goes by very uneventfully.
What is Endra sleeping in? Like
Endress has a little. She has a tent that she brought along with her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Naroke is I doubt Naroke would have been paying enough attention to know which side of the tent she went in. So he's going to pick a random side of the tent and just kind of like reach through and try and swat at whatever is within hand's reach, whether it's feet or head or whatever's there.
All right. I like to think with the way her tent's situated, her head would be sort of more towards the cave, and you're probably swatting at her feet.
Okay.
And she's already awake when you swat at her, so there's an instant reply, and it's not very sleepy, and it's like, "Hello, Darwin, I'm coming. I'll be right there."
Okay. Were you already awake?
I was.
Why?
I just couldn't sleep. All these noises, it's kind of exciting. We're going to a city of danger.
Yeah, but as exciting as it is, it's also important to get some sleep. We can't have
You're
you,
very right.
falling asleep while we're trying to find where we're going. Because you're the one who knows where we're going.
Yeah, you're right, of course. I will fall asleep after my watch. I promise.
Alrighty. And then they'll go and lay down and take a nap.
Okay. So Endress is super grateful for Raptor, and she thinks that's super neat. And Raptor just keeps getting cooler and cooler by the second now that she's actually using him as like a camp torch.
Nice.
Her watch comes and goes. She is super on point tonight. And Nick, she's gonna go to your tent, and she's gonna just like whisper, like, it's time to get up, beautiful stranger whose name I don't actually know.
Nick does not wake up gracefully. Nick waking up is just very. It's like he thinks someone's died. It's just. it's very sudden.
Oh, you are not a fan of mornings.
Not at all. So Nick kind of wordlessly grumbles and goes to take his watch.
Right. With the shitty task of watching at hand for you. Hit me up with the perception check.
Oh, I imagine this will go just as good as all my other rolls today.
Interesting, to say the least.
4, natural 1.
That's the last bad roll. He just needed to get it out.
And that's
Okay.
how Nick died.
No, we can't let Nick die like that. All right, so
Nick is not
as
paying
you're-
attention to where he was going and stepped off the cliff. Just, whoa.
woo, who put this cliff here?
Whoa.
No, so as your night's going so okay. You're kind of following Raptor along, so you're looking wherever Raptor tends to be as he's marching because that's where the light is. And it's probably like 2 hours into your shift before you realize there's some rustling back by your tent. And when you turn around, you can see like a dark. It's probably like the size of a really fat cat. And it's chewing and eating part of your tent.
Oi!
And it's it didn't get much. It's probably like a yay shaped hole in the fabric of your tent. And when you kind of shout at it, it sort of looks up and it bounds into the forest, like bawing as it goes.
I get a glimpse of what that is.
No, Raptor was not close enough to really give you. So it's just like a shadowy, fluffy thing.
It's just a fluffy Pam-sized creature.
Yeah. Eating the fabric of your tent. So your tent now has a hole in it. It's
Great.
It wasn't a little load-bearing piece that it ate, but kind of annoying for your lack of hearing something sneak up on you and start eating your tent. And morning comes without much trouble other than Nick's. Andress will she's very sleepy when she comes out of her tent. And Naroke, she does promise you, like, I did get sleep, Darwin. I'm just not great with mornings. And she's packing her things up and getting ready to go and eats one of her rations for breakfast.
Yeah, got to write off a ration.
Yep. Write them off. And then as you're going about the day, it's very similar. Andress is sort of going to take point. And it's a little, strange how she goes about. She's got this sort of path and then she stops and like thinks about things and ushers you this way and that way. But it's pretty effective for what you think you might be like missing out on time when you're doubling back or going weird ways. You're not getting stopped by anything. And then she stops probably mid-afternoon, and she says, "There's a village up ahead. Not an actual village. It's abandoned. It's pretty much destroyed. But the mayor's envoy was kind of talking about it. It's up to you guys if you think it's interesting enough to sort of go through. Maybe you want to check it out. It's just it's a great direct way to get to where we're going. So I thought I'd mention it so it doesn't surprise you."
Yeah, it's worthwhile to take a look.
Yeah, we should take a look at least.
Direct sounds good.
Hello.
Oh, kitty. Oh, kitties. Okay. Maybe that was the cat that ate your tent. Or you're not. Oh, so,
Chunky kitty.
oh my gosh. Is it part lynx? It's just beautiful.
She might be part coyote. I don't know. She's a shelter cat. She's a mystery.
Okay. Yeah. Like a mutt. Cat mutt.
No's anxiously awaiting her ability to get a cat.
Yeah. I set up the cat post in like wishful thinking. So that's up. I just don't have a cat for the cat post. So, true to her word, about 10 minutes later, you guys are coming across like a village, and it's probably not fair to call it a village. What it turns out to be, and much to Andress's surprise, is a bunch of small buildings that were just pretty much reduced to rubble. She kind of thought it would be more of something that had things that were still standing, more of a sight to see, but it's really not. But there's, clearly there were buildings, roofs are collapsed, walls are kind of done in. You're welcome to check through if you want, but she seems kind of like saddened to see that this is what it was.
Yeah,
Just like,
Naroke casually wander around and see if he can find anything interesting.
Yeah, it's worth a cursory look through.
Yep.
And while you're doing it, she's sort of like, did I go the wrong way? Is this really it? Like, this doesn't quite seem right. She's just kind of humming and hawing to herself. And you guys did really well with your perception checks last night, right? Why don't you roll me a couple more?
Not nearly as nice.
Oh, 21.
There's
Nice.
your rolls coming back.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
I must have bounced when I hit that nat 1.
if it works, it works. So Nick, as you're kind of going through and looking through the rubble with everyone and stuff, you kind of spread out. You're seeing that everything is like really well grown over. Like even like maybe there was a table once before that sort of toppled, and there's just like a thick layer of moss and grass that have grown up on everything. So to really find anything of any worth, you'd have to like cut away at all the foliage and stuff that's there. And it seems like this village that once was is completely belonging to the plants now. Like it's looking like there's not really anything of any sort of worth. But that's not what gets you. What gets you is the vibrating you feel under your feet on the ground. And it's at first you're not like sure if that's actually what you're feeling, if it's vibrating. Maybe it's just like birds chirping and you're just kind of like associating all the noise you're hearing with sort of the movement. But then you're like, no, something's not quite right. The ground is shaking, even though it's just slightly.
Does anybody else feel that?
I'm not sure.
With a 10, Naroke is probably like he's found something that he can, like a table or something like that, and he's probably just like trying to pull it free from the plants.
This belongs to me. Why a table? Sorry, it doesn't matter.
It was a shape that he recognized. Like this is a table one. I wonder if there's anything around here, and it's like pulling at it.
Gotcha.
So no,
All right,
Naroke is not paying attention to what Nick is saying.
I guess I'm trying to look for it now that it was brought up, but
okay. Then yeah, if you're actively sort of like being told that there's some weird vibrating on the ground, you're definitely able to sort of see it now, or not see it rather, but feel it. And it's just this slight like under your feet. It's kind of unnerving. And then Endress, now that you've said something, Nick, is just like, oh my God, no. And she's going to pull out her weapon, her little mace filled with holy water, whose name I can never pronounce, so I'm not even going to try. And she's going to come back to sort of like form a line with you guys here. I don't know if you can see the battle map.
Nope.
We cannot.
You cannot. Let me refresh roll 20, because the player token's on it, or the player mat.
You have to, the menu up above, you have to drag her little, oh, there we are.
Okay, perfect. Refreshed it, and it's all good. So this is the village that you came across that seems to be belonging to the plants. It's taken over by everything. Naroke, I imagine you're briefing on a table in some poor humble abode.
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely probably over here trying to rip out a table.
Okay. And as Endress is sort of like getting ready for a fight and kind of comes back kind of as a stand with you guys, the vibrating is getting louder or feeling like more intense. And you're starting to hear, signs of it. And out from the ground, because I'm so freaking excited about this. Also, Marsh, props to you. Jumps. It's a land shark. It's made of plants. Its fins are like giant leaves. It's two big fins, and its dorsal fin is like a spiked rose barb.
That's cool.
And it was totally a land shark, and you called it.
I'm just thinking of a book I read once, and it's like, why would there be ocean creatures on land? Land shark?
Oh my God. And Naroke, while I imagine everybody is like, oh, sweet Jesus, I want you guys to roll me some initiatives.
Okay. Oh, I stopped petting the cat. That's not good.
Uh-oh.
She's not happy about that.
All right.
That's a 12.
All right. Let's see. You got a 0 on your initiative.
Finally happened.
He's never going.
What?
He's
Yeah,
never going.
You die. Like, what is that?
That is
He's just going to wait this fight out.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because I can get a 0 initiative, because if I roll a nat 1, because initiative is based on dex, I can have a negative, or I can have a 0 initiative.
Well done. You did it. Okay, I'm just going to put you at the bottom. I'm sorry, I'm missing Marsh. What do we got from 14. All right. Which is also Raptor. Side note.
It finally happened. That is great.
Wow. Well, congratulations on the shark encounter. Your initiative's crap. So, to no one's surprise, the plant shark, with brambles and thorns and leaves for appendages, its fin, or like its tail, I want to say, is like a giant, almost like a fern, like a beautiful splay of like ferns as it's pushing itself, gliding towards you guys. And it's going to zoom in on Raptor here. Sorry, Raptor. I don't think Raptor feels fear.
No.
Okay. All right, so this won't be intimidating to Raptor at all, but it opens its big mouth, and you see that most of its teeth, rows and rows of it, are like thorny, just thorns. I should have just said thorns.
Thorny thorn.
I think that goes without saying, but they're
Thorny
thorny.
barbs.
Barbs. That's a good one. And it's just like rows of it. It's really cool if it wasn't so terrifying. And does an 18 hit Raptor's AC.
It does.
So stoked. All right, and so Raptor is going to take me, if I can find the right, 6 points of piercing damage on Raptor.
Boop, 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 boop. Cool. Well, I forgot, technically my raptor has dark vision.
oh, Raptor would have been fine. And my bad, the shark is actually here. It has 5 feet of reach, which is super cool.
I see.
So it has 1 attack, successful chomp on, I think, Raptor's tail. I feel like that's probably what we get. Trying to gnaw in at that. And Marsh, you are now top of.
It has 10 feet reach.
It does.
I'm now just imagining this thing as a land goblin shark with his mouth just.
It's kind of like how the goblin shark's things like go and like stretch out.
Pharyngeal jaws, I think it's called.
Okay.
Gross.
Yep.
Just gonna cast a little spell. Oh, I was looking at the wrong one. Yeah, that one. Nah, I'm just gonna do that one. I'm going to cast Firebolt.
Classic.
12?
Oh, a 12 hits.
Oh, cool. 2 fire damage.
Is that
Okay.
2 fire damage, eh?
Yep.
All right.
It might be vulnerable to fire.
I hope.
Yeah, so it lands a good hat, like smack down on its side, and some of the moss of its body kind of like smolders and stuff, but nothing really catches. Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't seem to pay you any mind.
And then
What's Raptor gonna do?
he's gonna step up and take a bite. 21, I'm guessing that hits.
Yeah, that hits. Raptor's such a badass, let me say it.
He makes up for a lot of misses.
He's a good boy.
He's good. 17. Or no, 17. 7 damage.
Really glad it's not 17.
Yeah, we're not talking those numbers until I start.
Okay, all right, and if that's done for your turn and you're happy with Raptor's performance, Nick, we're on to you.
Okay, I am going to. Oh, I can't move my token.
Oh, apologies.
Oh, now I can. Sorry, I just have the ruler on. Okay. I'm going to zip up over to the shark side. Actually, that was only 15, so I'm going to get behind it, actually.
God, you're swarming the shark.
Oh, no.
And I am going to attack with my cane sword.
All right, yep.
That's a 10. That's not going to do it.
That does not hit.
Okay, I'm going to do the offhand attack. That's a 15.
Yeah, that one hits.
Okay, and I'm going to apply sneak attack since Raptor's standing in front of it.
Deadly combo. Forgot how good rogues are.
They had to leave.
Just dice on
The good
dice
news is
on
that
dice.
I'm made of paper. 4 plus 6 sneak attack is 10 bludgeoning damage.
10 bludgeoning damage. Okay. Crap. All right. That was decent on one attack. All right. So you're like your slicey bit, you're going for the fronds and it totally whiffs. But then your offhanded kind of finds purchase on like a tough ridge that the frond tail is coming out. And yeah, you get a really decent whack on it. Its tail has less like it's less animated. And Marsh, can Raptor be healed by normal like normal spells?
Not generally. No, I have a bunch of options that I can do, but I don't think normal heal spells heal him.
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
you can use mending on him, but like if I cast like cure wounds on him, it does nothing.
All right, yeah. So I think Endris would know that she's not going to be very helpful for sweet little Raptor.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then in that case, I guess feeling kind of empowered, she'll walk up, and she's going to try and like jam her mace thing into the mouth of the shark. And she just boops its snoot gently.
Nope.
Yeah. Nope. Not quite a whiff, but does really nothing. The shark doesn't even know she's there. Congratulations, Naroke. It is your turn.
Naroke is just gonna be like, stop making sort of like starting to say like stop making so much noise. Turn around, see the shark, like, oh whoops, I should probably help with this. And grab his axe. He comes running up. And as he gets up there, because it's not something everyone gets to say that they punch the shark. So instead of hitting him with his weapon, he's going to punch it in the face and cast inflict wounds.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
So I need to roll for the surge. Roll 1d20 to see if I fireball this all. I do not.
Nope.
And then this is a melee spell attack. Does a 13 hit?
A 13 hits.
Awesome. So he now takes 3d10 damage.
What? Holy crap.
Inflict wounds can deal a lot.
Inflict wounds is absolutely beastly. It's the
5
worst.
damage.
Bop.
I'm sorry.
25 points of fist damage to the face.
I
booped its snoot very aggressively.
Yeah, okay. You're like, good idea, Andres. Let me try. Okay, well, the shark is... It's standing. It's, you definitely feel... You land a solid blow, and there's kind of like a crunch. There's definitely a crunch, and you feel like you broke some bones, because that is a hell of a hit there. But it's still thrashing and angry. And now, rather than focusing on Raptor, who didn't really do it all that dirty, all things considered, when Naroke came to play, Naroke, it's going to go for you.
Bring it on.
Raptor gives disadvantage. Thank you, Marsh, for always reminding me that. 14 doesn't hit.
Not even remotely. See, it's already hard enough to hit Naroke, and then having Raptor beside Naroke to impose that disadvantage just makes it that much worse.
Yeah, that's so crappy. All right, well, the shark, yeah, he's going to try and, like, I guess, tail slap you. And it's just like a beautiful breeze on your face in this hot day. You know, it just refreshes you as he whiffs his tail slap. Is how that goes. Marsh, it's your turn.
Did you see that?
Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep firebolting. 14.
That's gonna hit.
Hey, it's a big number this time. 8.
8. Sweet Jesus. It's not good when the math is easy. And what's Raptor doing?
Oh yeah, he attacks.
He cannot. I'd be happy with that. Yeah, the 15's good.
6 damage.
6 damage. All right. So it's it's interesting seeing now, and you all can see this quite easily. There's a beautiful contrast between the green of its sort of like mossy body, leafy body, and the red blood that is oozing like from its gills and its eyes and its mouth. Very complementary colors, so it's quite beautiful as it's horrifying, as you feel that the shark is not doing so well. Nick, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to attack with the cane sword again.
Okay.
That's a 12.
Yeah, beats it.
All right, so that is going to be with sneak attack. 8 plus 7 is 15 piercing.
Okay. So before I say how do you want to do this, I just want to say I was like, this thing's too weak. I'm gonna buff everything that they gave it, and you still managed to whittle down just so much of its health. How do you want to do this? To the party that continues to surprise me.
Who was the last thing it attacked? It was Naroke, right?
It tried to bite me or hit me with the tail or whatever.
Yeah.
So I guess as it is, does it have legs?
No, it's just got its like little like fins that you would think for like swimming, but it's just like a giant beautiful leaf. It's not really legs. It just sort of like tries to like paddle through the grass.
Okay, so as it's paddling through towards Naroke, it lunges for him, and in the as it's exposed, I kind of just swing the cane sword in a way that shears off the fins.
Ugh. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. So it's not quite Kill Bill style of like blood fountain, but like it's a very clean like hit, and blood oozes from this green giant leaf, and it's really weird because leaves don't bleed like that, but they do in this case. And as you like take it off, it sort of like slides into Naroke, not pushing him or hitting you hard, but like it definitely like dies with the momentum of it trying to attack you.
Yeah.
And it goes still. And the day is saved, and you survived, my land shark.
We solved your land shark puzzle.
Hooray! Well, you guessed it too, which took out some of the fun.
I'm sorry.
No, it's good. It's good. I like it when you guess. So Endress is just like super freaked out, but also really impressed at how easy you took that down. And she's starting to realize that she does not have a kit good for fighting things, more so just for healing. And when she realizes she can't heal Raptor, she's sort of like, oh man.
I'll head over to Raptor and start putting its tail back together.
Naroke is going to kind of look at this land shark and just like kind of like grab the like nose and kind of lift it up to open its mouth. It's like, are these things edible?
Are you asking? Who are you asking?
Just as a general question to the group, which would include Endress, because she's actually done research. The rest of us would just be guessing.
Yeah, that's
maybe
fair.
Marsh might have some knowledge about land sharks.
I don't know. Probably.
Roll me a nature check. Give me Marsh.
Yeah.
Let's see if you recall.
I've had
You've had
shark in restaurants before, but that was regular ocean shark.
Ocean shark. So, Marsh, you're sort of like, I don't think this breed is edible. I'd be a little concerned by the amount of blood. Like, I feel like blood is kind of weird for a plant. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't trust it.
Okay, yeah, just relay that then.
What about you, Endress? Do you know anything about the land sharks?
Not much. I know they're dangerous, which is why it freaked me out so much, even though you guys seem to just hold your own. I'd say it's as edible as eating, like, and she reaches down, like, picks up a blade of grass, and she's like, you can eat it, but it's not really going to do much. I guess awful fiber? It's not really edible, Darwin. Like, you can eat it.
But I probably shouldn't.
Yeah, you just wouldn't feel great.
Darn.
Is it like an ocean shark and that the jaw is cartilaginous enough that you can, like, keep it?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Darwin, you want a trophy? Big Shark Josh trophy?
And so I Are you going to try and help me carve this jaw out of the shark?
Well, I don't have the expertise necessary to help you with that, but Marsh might, considering he has a lizard folk ability.
Chop, 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 chop.
I will say, you guys know that the teeth probably won't last, considering what the teeth are.
Oh.
The jaw would stay, the bone, of the jaw would stay, but it stands to reason that the kind of barbs that are actually quite exactly like thorns would probably start to wither and dry out, and therefore be easily susceptible to damage. So you could easily knock them out.
Aww.
So you will have a really cool jaw, but the thorny
it's
teeth
it's like running around at the jaw of Grandpa Shark. There's no teeth.
Yes,
No
that's
teeth.
exactly it. All
Yeah,
dummy.
not much point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as cool.
Yeah. Oh well.
All right. There'll be other things for you to murder and then trophyize their bodies. So, Endris, her faith in you guys just ever being more and more instilled.
It can only go down from here.
Once you've reached the summit, she's going to try and shake herself back to it, because that gave her a bit of a fright, and then lead you further into the Elderborough Forest. And alas, that is where we are going to end tonight's session. I have some crazy cold work in the morning, and these guys got to work too. But thanks to everyone that joined us.
Yeah, and thank you all for running the session again.
Yep, super fun. I'm glad the time loops are over. As much as time loops are fun.
That was very fun.
Yeah.
They gotta end. In a week's time, we'll continue with Giggle's session. And now that we've taken down the drug lords, that's pretty fun. And we'll be back 2 weeks from now. So feel free to swing on by, and we'll see you then. Have a good night, guys.
Have a great night, everyone.
Bye.